boys are back, back in the room, back with a story and a little more room. The boys are back, hear the welcome track. We'll find a return and we're never looking back. Oh, the boys are back. Tell everybody that the boys are back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boys are back. It's been a long time coming. I myself, MFG, Twisty, Napsta, and Pyro are back on a brand new podcast called CTRL ALT BANTER. First of all, I want to introduce everyone before we get into the story of why this podcast exists. So, starting, I suppose, clockwise. Napsta, go for it, my guy.
Hello, everybody. I am Napsta of the Potatoes. Yeah. I don't know what all we wanted to say for this intro and all that, but hello.
Hey, that works. Hello works. Pyro, introduce yourself, buddy.
Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pyro. I'm a 30-something meme lord and gamer who is no shortage of sarcastic and witty things to say.
Hey, that works on a podcast called CTRL ALT BANTER. Twisty, my good friend, introduce yourself.
1 second. I'm gonna abuse this LCD panel. Hi, I'm Twisty. I'm a random idiot who likes to talk shit sometimes, and also I do like memes. So
Potato
basically,
salad.
this is a rundown of all the people. Potato salad. For those who couldn't read that, potato salad, burning lad, my fucking guy, and idiot. Idiot is me, by the way. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for that, Twisty. So, folks, obviously, I don't want to. I'm very conscious. Over 100 episodes. For those who don't know, I'm MFG. I used to host a podcast called The Trainer Lounge, and I had made over 120 episodes at that point of that podcast. That was a Pokemon podcast, and I love doing it because I love talking to Twisty. I love talking to Napsta, Onesie, Pyro, who came on that as well. I just like talking to my friends about. But I stopped really caring about Pokemon. I still do like Pokemon, but like every week, me, Twisty, Napsta, everyone else who was coming on, we were trying to think of bullshit to talk about because we all know with Pokemon. And thank God we didn't do the Trainer Lounge this year because there's fuck all to talk about other than Pokobia. It was just one of those, man. It's just. I wanted to talk to the boys and have fun and talk to all you people watching. Like Elias, thank you so much for popping in. It's well, at the moment, like you didn't know, but when I saw Elias's name, I went, Elias! I was super happy to see Elias's name. Same with Twin as well. So happy to see you all in the chat. It brings back some good memories, man. Brings back some good memories. But what's CTRL ALT BANTER? Hello. What is CTRL ALT BANTER? It is what it is. It's us talking about gaming, computers, technology, having a laugh, taking the piss, right? We all know that Twisty isn't worried about giving me his opinion, telling me I'm wrong, or Napster, or everyone else. And that's the beauty about this, man. We could all disagree.
And I have to correct you a lot.
Yeah, Twisty might have to interject and be like, for example, he thinks me liking Power requires a correction, but we'll get into it. But we do like Pokopia. But first of all, well, let's get into that topic of this podcast. Napsta, what's your opinions from going from a Pokemon-centric podcast to just a gaming podcast?
I mean, it definitely feels a lot more fresh. Pokemon had become stale. Pokemon is still stuck in what feels like 2013, and it's kind of frustrating. Pokemon is just now doing what Bethesda was doing on the PS3.
Ouch. Zynga.
Yeah, we're gonna get 30 different versions of Winds and Waves, calling it now.
3 different versions. We're going to get into the Winds and Waves, definitely. Pyro, are you more excited to talk gaming-centric rather than just fucking Pokemon?
So I'm always down to talk about Pokemon, even if there's fuck all going on in the current day. But you know what? I play a lot of games that are not Pokemon, and I am more than happy to talk about whatever it is we feel like in the gaming world.
That's incredible, man. And Twisty as well. The we can't see it from there, Twisty. Oh wait, do I have to look over? Winds and waves and hurricanes. This motherfucker.
Well,
Three versions,
actually,
right?
it'll be typhoons because the region
Oh,
in
yeah.
question is in the Pacific.
Yeah, right. True.
But
I
no.
keep forgetting about those regional differences.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna get into winds and
Learn
waves,
your
man.
geography, nerd.
It's hard. It's hard not to talk about Pokemon, considering we used to be a Pokemon podcast. But Twister, you are one of the longest hosts, and if anything, other than myself, I think you're the most. You're probably the most punctual in terms of showing up. Onesie Bennett. You've actually. By the way, Onesie's coming next week, all right? We've not... Onesie's still a friend of ours. We still talk to him in the group chat. It's not that we blank him. He's coming on next week. But he wants to spend time with his partner because it's her birthday, right? What a dickhead. No, I'm joking.
So selfish.
So selfish, man. What about us? No. Happy birthday to Onesie's...
Share, Abby.
Yeah, Abby, share with us. No. Happy birthday to Onesie's partner. We hope she has a lovely day.
Happy birthday.
But how do you feel,
Hope they have
Twisty?
a fun time.
Going from all Pokemon...
Other than the fact that I have bruised ribs, I'm feeling fantastic.
Bruised ribs?
I have a part-time job. I am now living in my apartment.
Bear with me, folks. We have alerts going on. Is someone subbed? Did someone sub? I'm sorry to whoever subbed. It didn't come up on here. Please let me know. I'm sorry.
Your missus subbed.
Oh, Sophie. Yeah, thank you, babe. I mean, you live with me, so you already get the perks. I don't know what you want me to. Fuck it, you can have me for 10 minutes extra. I don't know. No, I appreciate you, sweetheart. Fuck it. Y'all mentioned it. Y'all spoke about it. In honor of the old podcast, and listen, I thought for a laugh, maybe like once a year during Pokemon Day, we'll bring back the Trainer Lounge just on Pokemon Day, just for fun, just to talk Pokemon on that day. I think that'll be a good time.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah, it's our April Fools, but it's Pokemon Day. 27th of February, Trainer Lounge episode 1012 will be back. I don't fucking know. But let's talk Pokemon. Fucking what a franchise, folks. I don't know who wants to go first. I'll let you all fight for it. What do you think of the state of Pokemon right now?
Fuck that franchise. I know it's weird because I'm wearing a Pokemon Go shirt.
Fake
Fuck
fan.
that franchise.
Fake fan. Fuck that franchise, but you give the money, huh? Fraudulent
This was
behavior.
young Twisty being an idiot, okay? 2018 was a very different year.
Pyro, what about you? You said you're always happy to talk Pokemon, so that means you're rather positive on the franchise now.
What? I'll be right back.
No, that's not what that means. So, I think the series is maintaining the status quo and not necessarily evolving. Could use a shot in the arm. It's not great. It's not dog shit either, even if there's a lot of room for improvement.
You know what? I think that's fair. I think it's fair.
My shirt now, bitch.
That man changed the shirt. Fraud! No, I'm joking. Napster. You're like a mega Pokemon fan. I mean, you stream Legends EA all the time, right? You must love the franchise as a whole, right?
I was with Pyro the last time I even turned on my Switch. It has been 35 days since I turned on my Switch. The only reason I do anything Pokemon is when I boot up Pokemon Showdown to lose a Draft League match.
Twins.
Take a shot, Draft League mentioned.
By the way, C-Dubs, you want to glaze Atlas all day? Don't worry, we're getting there. I just want to say thank you to C-Dubs, by the way. C-Dubs suggested I play a game called is it
Metaphor Refantasio?
Metaphor Refantasio? I might have downloaded it. I might have downloaded it, and I might have started playing it, and I might think it's a very good game. We'll get into it though. Okay, all right. Well, the funny thing is about Pokemon is this is how long it's been since I've turned on my Switch. I got out my old PC to fuck around with it to try and repair it, blah blah blah. And Sophie put the old PC back in the cupboard because it was just out in the living room. And in that box was a Switch 2 that we just haven't touched. So we haven't had our Switch for about 2 months. I've not used it, man. I've just been on my PC. So that's where I'm at with Pokemon. But
If you don't need it, can you send it over? Thank you very much.
yeah, sorry, Nintendo. Listen, I love your console, bro. It's definitely a really, really great value for money, I'm sure. But I want to say this about Pokemon, right? Don't you think they're a weird company, Game Freak?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
In many
Yeah.
ways.
kind of creepy at this point.
So, chat, I want you to put your hands up if you've ever done this. And I want everyone on the podcast host to do the same if I can't see you. If you've ever recorded your colleagues in the bathroom, put your hand up. What? No, put your hand up. if you've done it. We all know you have, you fucking freaks. I mean, listen, their name is Game Freak. Put your hand up if you've ever recorded your colleague
Yeah, I
in the
guess they're
bathroom.
letting the freak flag fly.
Sophie went yes, and I work from home. God damn. Right. Now, there might be some people going, how are you laughing about this? This is disgusting. Now, you've got to understand, I want to preface this of the banter part of the podcast, right? We are not laughing at people being recorded in the bathroom. We are laughing at people being weird enough to do it, all right? That's the difference. That's the joke part of the podcast, before anyone tries to cancel
Yeah, pretty
me.
much.
Yeah, a little bit weird though to record your colleagues in the bathroom. I can't say I've ever done it or that I want to. So Napster, I think you might have mentioned it. What's happened in the world of Game Freak, mate, to cause this controversy?
Oh god, I have to look up the allegations here because I want to make sure that we get this right.
Yeah, I mean the first ever news
Just
thing.
mentioning that already put the Nintendo ninjas on our asses.
Yeah, they're back slandering us. We thought they were gone. Fucking get them. Yeah, yeah. We're back, motherfuckers. Chat, let me know. Any of you ever done that? Any of you ever been in your workplace recording Craig across the road? You know, have you ever done it? I don't know. I don't know.
Craig.
I didn't even know that I have a colleague named Craig.
I know everything, buddy. Don't worry, I got you covered against the Nintendo ninjas. Hey, thank you, twin. I mean, she does have twin daggers, essentially. So, I think that works. But yeah, while Napster's pulling that up, I knew Twisty's hand was flying up. Fucking me. That's funny.
What can I say? I don't lie.
It's hilarious. Well, while we wait for that, let me know, Napster, once you found it, and I'm just going to waffle. On Pokemon, though, I just want to mention some good news while we wait for Napster. Have you guys seen Pokemon Red and Blue Recomp? Anyone?
I've heard about it. I can't really say I know much about it.
I just want to say it looks so fucking good. But for those that don't know, imagine Red and Blue, but like it's all 3D, like pixel graphics, but it's 3D. And like you could even play in first person in those old graphics, and like they've made it so you can have like there's so many mods out for it as well. You can have Pokemon in the overworld, shiny
Correction.
Pokemon.
They let it be made because it's AI. As per usual.
Wait, what's AI?
A recomp. It's been made available as as information that Recomp is definitely involved with a lot of AI generated assets and I want to say mechanics as well. Like, I think whoever made that was just a really lazy motherfucker.
See, here's the problem though. Looks fucking good, man. That means we're still gonna get into it in this episode, definitely. But yo, Recomp CW
If you
literally
look
just
at
went.
Cancer, but the Cancer picture
Right.
is pretty. Do you still
No.
like it?
One day there's gonna be a game that comes out, right? You're gonna see an image of it, I don't know, somewhere, and you're gonna feel, yo, that looks really cool, man. But then when someone reveals it's AI, you're gonna be like, yeah, now I can see why it's shit. Whereas, nah, man, like, hear me out. I think if
You know, funny that you mentioned that. When I heard that Expedition 33 had some AI placeholder things, I was like, there's no fucking way. I really like this. And when I played it after the fact, I had already bought it and I've already sunk some hours into it, so I couldn't return it even if I wanted to. I was like, this is kind of what killed my motivation to play the game thoroughly.
Well,
I don't know where to put myself with with that knowledge.
Yeah, but with the whole
I mean,
expedition.
yeah, the AI.
Oh, go on.
Sorry,
No, go on.
the
Go on.
AI assets have been removed. Yeah, that's cool and all, but why even put yourself in a situation where you have to use that low effort trash?
See, like with the whole expedition thing, from where I see it, they've put it as a stand-in while they put their version in, just so they can develop around
placeholder.
it. Yeah, placeholder, right? And then they just forgot, and it's there. And they obviously didn't want it in because they knew that what they would do would be better. So I think it's just I don't think that's a bad thing,
No,
though.
as far as I know, they replaced every single piece of AI placeholder shit that they put in.
See, like,
Unless
if
I'm-
the intention is just to have it, it's like it's like fucking what's insulation, right, in a house. Obviously, you don't want the insulation to be shown, but you're just gonna have it there as a base to build around, and then eventually you cover it up, right? And I think that was the goal, but they just forgot. And I know it caused a lot of shit, but if the whole of Expedition 33 was ruined because there was a tree or some shit that was AI, I don't know, bro. To me, that's mad. Like, Expedition 33 was fucking great, by the way. Love that game. I can't look at that game and think, you know what? That one AI thing ruined it for me. Because AIs in video games in general, bro. Like, trying to play a game without AI now.
there is a difference
is
between
hard.
AI and AI, and I think you know that.
Artificial intelligence. No, Napster, did you find that
No.
story, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, go on. Before we rant on about that, I'm gonna let you tell us about this horrifying news.
Let's start off with these are allegations. For legal purposes, we are not saying that this is a convicted crime,
Apparently.
especially because technically it is innocent until proven guilty, since this happened at TPCI in Washington.
Apparently.
But yeah, one of their former directors of engineering apparently was arrested for filming people undressing in the washroom of various ages.
Pokemon freaks and frauds.
I mean, it is the US. What do you expect? I'm so sorry.
Man said
I
it's the
expect nothing and I'm
US.
still let
Welcome to the
down.
bad part.
Welcome to the US. What do you expect, man? Just half the entire. Listen, US. If anything, we're just cousins of you. So if you're fucked, we're fucked too. So don't worry about it. Twisty's not though. Twisty's German, so he would be our op in this case.
Yeah, trust me, I am branded with enough shit. I know it is. I know how this feels.
Listen, onesies
The
cause
US's
worse
existence is entirely the UK's fault.
So we can all agree, banter aside, and I think that's going to be a huge two words we use across all the episodes, banter aside. No, none of us condone this bollocks. Listen,
Absolutely not.
there's ways to get your urges out. Go and have a wank. You don't need to actually fucking perv on your colleagues, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, it's weird. It's strange. And however, though, it does lead the question. There are some right freaky fucking Pokedexes that we've seen over the years. Some ones that got cancelled, slacking, to add some more, right?
Explosion.
Is there any chance that guy could have made those Pokedexes that got axed? I'm just saying. They're fucking weird, bro. I'm just saying.
Not out of the realm of possibility.
Oh, the guy that got arrested also made Pokedexes about slacking, grabbing humans, kidnapping them, and doing inexcusable things to them, right? What are the odds? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
The person who was arrested was director of engineering. In fairness, I don't know that they actually worked on the games themselves.
Well, engineer yourself a prison sentence, bitch. But yeah, it's mad. But listen, their name is Game Freak. Yeah, so definitely a mad thing. So we all agree, case closed. We all agree it's fucking weird. The first thing we have to talk about with Pokemon happens to be one of their engineers apparently doing a dodgy thing. Listen, I don't know. But as a liar said about Japan, wouldn't shock me. We know some culture in Japan's a bit strange. You know, it can be a very over sexualized country. But I mean, in the anime
I got
industry,
100 on a test, Nissan. Please fuck me.
what the fuck?
What just happened here?
What the fuck? Mad, crazy. But Napster, listen, I think
I gave an example.
I think your ears pricked up, right? When Twisty just
What?
said a statement. No, I think your ears went red. I think a part of your blood started to boil the moment Twisty mentioned Expedition 33 and AI. Twisty said, your words, Twisty, he just didn't feel like he could continue playing the game knowing that AI was involved. How do you feel, Napster?
I mean, I was disappointed in it. I'd already played it by the time it came out, but I was disappointed to hear that they were using generative AI.
Here's the question. Did it affect your playthrough, though, when you didn't know?
Did you listen
I
to
mean,
him?
No, no.
He said
again-
the news came out after
Yeah,
he
yeah,
finished the playthrough.
See, hear what I'm doing. Hear what I'm doing, right? So when you're playing it, though, and you
You're-
didn't know it was a thing.
Like, okay, I get what you're fishing for here. I see what you're fishing for. The fact that they had an AI do a person's job is problematic, and you know it.
Did it bother you when you was playing it, Napster?
Answer
Do you
the
think I was
question.
looking at the fucking telephone poles? I'm sorry. Did you go around looking at every telephone pole to find posters for placeholders? Because I sure as fuck didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I played Expedition 33, this man endorsed the product to me and a man who he knows hates AI while laughing at Twisty. He saw Twisty playing it and he thought to himself, "Gotcha, bitch!" And it was Napster the fraud. No, but listen, jokes aside, right? Expedition is a top 10 game. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck because AI was on a telegraph pole. Right, the entire game, the main parts of the game that people give a fuck about wasn't AI, but the one thing that ruins it was because there was some AI on a telegraph pole. Come on, bro. You can't be serious. You can't be serious.
Can I not?
No, I'm not saying you can't, right? You know, I'm just saying, right? Imagine, right? You're at a restaurant and someone goes to Twisty, "Hello, sir, hello. Is your meal good?" And Twisty's like, "Yeah, man. Honestly, top notch. Some of the best meal I've ever had in my life. Where did you find the recipe?" And they go, "Oh, well, we did ask ChatGPT." Twisty just spits his food across the table, punches the waiter in the face. "You found it where?" And it just, you know, it's on fucking German news, msnnews.com.
You know, I already know that that's a fake scenario because ChatGPT would never produce a recipe that's in any way edible.
You motherfucker.
AI bubble needs to pop.
Ask ChatGPT right now if poison is good for you. Ask it. I want to hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask you. All right, I'm gonna ask my boy, see what he says. Pyro, what's your opinion? Though, like, you know, have you played Expedition 33, Pyro?
So I have not, but I was very interested and active when Napsta was playing through the game. So technically no, but I'm certainly aware of what goes on.
So ChatGPT said, "As a general life rule, Gaz, no, poison is famously not very good for you. The dose matters though. Some substances are harmless, even useful at low doses, but toxic at higher ones." Yeah, that was
hydrogen monoxide, most poisonous substance in history.
The fact that there was this bonus added, the dose matters when you ask about poison is fucking ridiculous.
right. So here's my question: going from the Expedition, if Expedition 33 gets a sequel, and you know the quality of the good is do you think the game is good? Aside from the whole fucking AI and the telegraph pole, in terms of the mechanics and the way the game is made, do you think the game's good? And you know what? There's a part of him. There's a part of him that
The focus on the
knows.
telegraph pole is killing me.
Twisty knows he had fun with the game. That's what I'm saying. He knows he did, because he said it in the chat.
No, the reason that I'm laughing is because the focus on the Telegraph poll is just killing me.
Because I never thought about a Telegraph poll until I fucking heard about the news. But my point is, right, Napster, if there's a sequel, would you play it?
I mean, probably. I'm not gonna tell you that all. Like I said, I was disappointed. I am still disappointed.
But
Unfortunately, AI is a realistic thing in video games, and it sucks. And I am ready for the AI bubble to pop.
Hopefully soon.
see, it's not popping though, is it?
I pray.
It's not popping, and I'm not saying I don't want it
With the
to.
resistance to another thing that we're gonna be talking about later,
Definitely.
I think it could be popping before 2027.
Okay.
I'm not telling anyone to do this, but if someone wanted to go burn down the data centers, I wouldn't say that they did something bad.
Well, if they're gonna do that, they should come to my state, which is bass backwards enough to actually be subsidizing this shit being built.
Hi, yeah, hi, how are you doing, FBI agent? Yeah, don't worry about that Google search. I was just letting you know, these aren't my views really. So if you could just strike these from the record.
Hallo?
Yeah.
Wer bin ich? Wo bin ich?
Wer bin you not?
Like- If I was
Where am
around when
I?
someone lit a match,
Who are you people?
if I saw someone lit a match, my eyeglass prescription might be a little out of date, and I don't know. Maybe it was just a blurry figure in the distance.
just like that one guy in Australia who like threw a rock at an endangered species and someone beat that person up and no one saw it, although like a dozen people or so were around. Everyone just said, you know what, that's an Australian hero right there.
Man said if you
I
trick,
do not condone violence. However, when you just don't see it, you just don't see it. I mean, what can you do?
Your Honor, I tripped, fell, emptied the gas canister over all of the whole fucking place, accidentally lit 10 matches. Don't know how it happened. It just fucking happened, right? And then I woke up after banging my head on the grass outside, and the whole thing just exploded. Weird, right?
Why do
Strange.
you use 10 matches? Such waste.
Also, funny story about AI, right? When looking in, now listen, I'm not one of these people that are going to pretend I don't use AI. We're not stupid. We know I do, right? But this is why Twisty knows he can just tell me straight up, you're a prick for doing it. But he knows I will always share his opinion. And just because I use AI doesn't mean I am going to stop people who don't like it from expressing their opinion, right? That's why I always want Twisty on here to ground me for using it. However, I want to say this. When building a PC, just because I don't know anything about PCs, and if there's anything that knows anything about PCs, it's a fucking system built by PCs, right? So I asked ChatGPT about RAM prices, and they were said, "Oh, you should be able to find one for about £50." Yeah, fucking right. Okay, you're looking at £200, bro, for fucking for RAM. Right? And when I told ChatGPT that, ChatGPT said, and I quote, "I wonder why the prices are so high." Huh? It's because of you! You fraud! Yeah, so even the AI is confused of why the AI bubble's not popping, to be honest with you. But, Twisty, we'll move into it. And I'll ask, why is this AI bubble going to be popped then?
Because AI, as it stands right now, is not sustainable. It can't monetize itself enough to make up the amount of resources, especially monetarily right now, that it's eating up every single day. Which basically just means they have to find another way of earning money with either your data, a subscription, more exclusivity deals from like, I don't know, graphics cards designers or whatever. Like, they have to find another way of monetization or get like federal funding or whatever.
So you don't think AI is profitable enough?
Oh no, absolutely not. Like by the admission of the people in charge, it's just not profitable. Like we, I'm not sure if this is an exact statement and I'm quoting right now, but I think someone said we are burning through millions more than we can actually afford to.
Hold on,
And
bear,
yeah,
hold on, Twisty, bear with me. There's an alert going off. I need to somehow turn off fucking alerts on it. I don't know how. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Okay. Now,
Yo, my faction reaction raid. Let's go.
my faction reaction, yo, bro. Sorry, I didn't have alerts on. I didn't even know you fucking raided into me. What's going on, brother? How are you? All love. We love my faction reaction. If you want to go watch WWE content, definitely check out my faction reaction. I kind of ditched the whole community. My bad, gang. Sorry about that. My bad. But yeah, no. So you don't think AI is profitable, right? Like, does everyone?
it's not just that I don't think that, it's just how the fact is. It's just not profitable.
Ah, you see, I don't know about that. You know, I'm not going to ask the AI if AI is profitable because it's got a bit of a bias, right? So let me Google it because I don't know, right? Chat, is AI profitable? That's a good question. To me, I would have thought, yeah.
Pyro, you want to interject?
No, I'm just sitting back and grabbing popcorn right now.
Pyro doesn't want to engage. He's just getting horny.
That's not the word I would use.
OpenAI has currently committed to spending $1.4 trillion on data centers and faces a $14 billion deficit.
14 billion deficit.
Okay, that's something that I didn't know yet. So that's also good to hear. Fuck them.
Okay.
Or excuse me, they are on pace to have a $14 billion loss in 2026 alone.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's what it is.
You know what?
No,
I hold my hands up. Sorry, Pyro, I didn't mean to interrupt. I hold my hands up. I genuinely did not know it was like I knew it cost a lot of resources, like lakes and fucking woodlands, to build the bastards and actually keep it running with water. Like I knew it was draining in that regard, but I didn't think it wasn't making enough income. That's what confused me a little bit. You know. What was you gonna say, Pyro? Sorry.
I may not be an expert economist, but I think this sounds like a money sink. And not just money.
No, this sounds like an NVIDIA sync. That's what it is.
Wait,
Don't worry, we'll
what
get
was
to
that?
that.
What was that comment in the chat before twins? I need to make it a bit smaller. Don't know.
I don't have chat open at all. I
Talking
don't
about
trust my
Sophie's comment?
connection to handle the podcast
No, that's okay.
and watching the
What was you
stream.
gonna say, Nat? Who is it?
You talking about Soph's comment?
Oh yeah, what was so? Sorry.
Not gaming, but she's seen in the art and design world that a lot of printing shops, places that would print things like logos, banners, etc., are refusing to print anything AI related because the quality is always poor and wrong sizes, etc., and offer to redo the work for a price otherwise to figure it out printing themselves.
Yeah. No, that's
Love
fair.
those.
Sorry, so if I didn't see it, I wanted to find out who it was. My bad. Yeah. So I think the reason why I thought it was profitable, only slightly, was because you look at like the ChatGPT memberships, right? Obviously, if you wanna just ask it questions that are not like who is Spider-Man, you normally have to pay a fucking subscription of like £20 a month,
It
right?
will never say Miles Morales. I can tell you that much.
I'll have to ask you. But you know, there's memberships for like £200, but then the resources it's burning through. So you think that bubble will pop, but here's the thing, right? Every single big AI company in the world are in a race, right? Whether that be Elon Musk, whether that be fucking Claude, whether that be ChatGPT, you know, Grok is Elon, but all of these, Google as well with Gemini and all of these other AI, all of them are in a race to become the big power, right? To get to the point where they basically dictate everything. That's why the bubble's not going to pop, in my opinion, because, okay, it's very demanding and very draining, but why would they carry on doing it if they didn't see a end goal, you know?
Because AI is cheaper than employees. that's where it ends.
Yeah, that's one of the main end goals, is to just replace human labor in any capacity.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's fair. And I think I'm from a point where I'm like, listen, I'm not worried about AI taking my job. AI's stupid, bro. I spoke to AI enough to know it's fucking stupid. You know, AI be giving you the wrong directions. Hi, you mate. Yeah, yeah. My workplace is up on the left hand side. So could you just remind me where to go? Yeah, I think if you turn right twice and then do a reverse, you'll get there. No, no, you're wrong again. AI can be wrong loads, bro. So I'm not worried about AI taking jobs anytime soon. But it is also evolved to a scale. Like, I think it's cool that AI can play Pokemon now. You just put AI in Pokemon Fire Red and just let it fucking go nuts. Them videos, I asked AI how to play Pokemon Fire Red, and it's just the AI doing stupid decisions. Zapdos, who should I use? Yeah, use a Squirtle. The water's really heavy on Zapdos's wings. That's how you win the battle. Like, you know, stupid
Yeah.
shit. Stupid shit.
My favorite example of Google's AI, famous, iconic water ground types, Kyogre.
Elias's comment, it's fine. We'll just use all the water and forest to run the AI and we'll just drink Bitcoin to stay hydrated. Aye. But my question is, if you play a game and you think it's a 10 out of 10 experience, right? And you love the game, but then you find out parts of it were AI, that ruins the entire game for you lot. That's my question, isn't it?
As I said, I was disappointed in it. I still
Yeah.
think it's a good game. I'm just disappointed in the company for using it.
Yeah,
No.
I wasn't able to actually answer on the follow-up question.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. On me, bro, on me.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So in essence, when it comes to Expedition 33 specifically, I have understood that all the AI assets have been removed. It is such a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to people who have clearly shown a lot of passion for what they're doing. I mean, I've only played like to the mid of chapter 2, I think, or something like that. But the storytelling was spectacular. The quality of animations is great. Everything was basically on a level where I would say this is elite. The fact that this is the first video game they ever developed is quite insane. It's just, why do you, with all the passion that you have, why would you resort to AI? Just if you want to, if you want to do something with a model, just do what every single developer does. Put some fucking hit spheres in. Like, put some fucking spheres in or cubes or whatever. I don't fucking care. Test hitboxes that way.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. I want to say this though, from a game development standpoint. By the way, C-Dubs, me personally, AI or not, bro, the game is fucking incredible. One of the best games I've ever played. I'll be honest with you. From an RPG standpoint, turn-based RPG standpoint, other than Sea of Stars, I think it's one of the most evolutionary experiences from an RPG standpoint, right? Aside from
I never doubted that, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. No, of course. Sorry, I was just giving a recommendation to C-Dubs for the game.
Oh,
But
yeah, sure.
so let me ask you this, right? Let's say you're a video game coder, right? And you're making a video game, and you know how to make a forest, right? You know how to code a forest into a video game, right? But let's say, okay, you're on month 10 of this game. You know, you've been given funding from what's that place called? GoFundMe. Is it GoFundMe? Fundraisers? No, what's it called? You know, like
Kickstarter?
Yeah.
We could go with
Yeah.
GoFundMe.
No, Kickstarters. Yeah, Kickstarters, right? And
Oh,
you're
Kickstarter,
thinking,
yeah, sure.
you're thinking, okay, I could develop this forest. I know how to do it. However, I've got this volcano that I would much rather work on. And if you say to the AI, just run me a code for this forest, and then you go and then tune the forest later on, you just want it for a ground base, is that a problem? You already know how to do it, right? But you just want some, because if you're playing the game, a lot of people aren't going to care about the forest. It's just a place they run through, right? And you can go up and touch it after. But the whole let's say it took you 8 hours to make this forest, you could ask the AI to do it in what, 20 seconds, and then you just go and touch it up. Do you think that's? I'm not saying you think it's a problem, but from a development standpoint, would you rather the developer focus on something you're going to care about as a player than a fucking forest you're going to run through once and not really ever pay much attention to? Like, it's just a question. Like, what do you guys think? Pyro.
For starters.
Go on, Napsta, whoever.
For starters, I wouldn't trust an AI to code with how frequently an AI is wrong.
Yeah.
Because code is a very precise game, and one line being wrong can completely break an entire chain of code.
Mm-hmm.
So for starters, there's that.
Yeah. Hypothetically, right? If it could code the forest, is what I mean. Like, if it could.
Also, putting yourself in this position sounds more like it's a video game crunch problem, which is an industry-wide problem, which that's a whole different conversation, but you shouldn't be in a position...
My thought process.
You shouldn't be put in a position where you need to utilize AI to develop things. Like, these are people at the highest level of their jobs, or training to be at the highest level of their jobs, and if you already have that skill, then shortcuts are just going to create an even worse quality product.
But why would it make a worse project if you're going to go up and touch it afterwards? That's my point, right? If it's just for a baseline, like what is it, Expedition 33 were doing. Let's say they removed that AI and then put their own image onto it, right? You never would have known the difference. You genuinely wouldn't, right? If they would have done that. Obviously they didn't, so now we know the difference. But if you were to then go and touch... Yeah, go on, sorry.
It's a cost-benefit analysis. Like, do you trust this thing to do what you are planning to have it do? Is it going to create a different problem? If you do it yourself, then you are verifying that it is correct, that it is what you want it to be. If you are letting something that has been trained with incorrect information by multiple people around the world, you are risking that is trained incorrectly.
Yeah, that's alright. You just look... Okay, sorry about
Hello,
that.
robot?
My bad.
A little bit of lagging out.
The AI was like, let me cover this topic. No. No, so... all I was going to say was, if I were to do that and I asked the AI to program the forest, I'd just like load up the game. Okay, let me just double check this forest is working. Cool. Okay, is every single tree? I don't have to run through the trees. It's all like there physically. Okay, great. I'll touch up on it later. Let me focus on the volcano. Personally, I'd do that. Look, I'm as honest as they come, people. Y'all can hate me for it. Y'all can say what you want.
Yep, that's one of your best qualities.
So, you know, and that's the thing. I will always be honest with these boys. I will never lie. However, if you are a company that's not Expedition 33 and a company like Call of Duty, who have proved to be used AI for their fucking assets, and other companies where you have the money, yeah, why? I don't understand the point of using AI then. You have more than enough money to pay your contractors wages and bills to make what you want to make without having to use AI, right? My topic was if you were just a small indie developer and you just wanted to make a cool game and get it out and blah, blah, blah. Again, hypothetical. I'm not a fucking developer. I don't know. Elias, I don't know why Twitch kicked you out. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know if anyone else is having problems on Twitch. Doesn't say anything on here like Twitch is
Which is a bitch.
Or fuck Twitch, man. Pyro, I'll ask you about that question with AI. Yeah, what's your opinion on it, man? I have a feeling yours is very similar to Napsta's and Twisty's, but by all means.
So you're talking about, in this scenario, making a forest that people are just going to run through and not care about, and use the AI as a placeholder until you can go in and make it to what you like.
Very much.
Aren't there better alternatives? Why don't you design everything in the forest and make it a place people will remember? It's little details like those that can take a game from good to great.
Okay. So I've got a question for all three of you then. Did all three of you like Skyrim?
Yes.
I cannot play Skyrim because of reasons.
Fair enough.
I've never brought myself to finish Skyrim because I feel like the story is mediocre at best.
Bah! Just got shot, bro. That's crazy. No, you are right. No, I mean, it's a great game. Story is a bit mid though. So that really hurt me. Pyro, you like Skyrim, right?
Yes.
Okay. The whole map of Skyrim is randomly generated, no? Now, is that different from AI? Because so many games we've played and loved have random generation in them. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, random generation. Is that not a form of AI? Because you're letting the game do it. You're not doing it. The game's doing it. The whole map of Skyrim is randomly generated, then they just went over it and touched on it and added their unique spin. No, is that not the same thing? Right, but the only difference is you're just not putting in a prompt, right? But then I suppose you are, because you're developing the game. You're going, yeah, cold mountains, this high, blah blah blah, randomly generated, go. Is that not the same thing?
It is not the same thing.
Oh,
It
I
really
like it.
isn't.
Okay.
RNG has a certain set of variables that it will just run off of. For instance, Mystery Dungeon. I think I'm not an expert on that. I don't know the code, but I think it has a certain
Limitation.
code.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like a limitation.
It has it has a certain coding structure where when the map is being generated, it has rooms 1 to 10 maybe, and the randomizing process will then pick a number from 1 to 10 and generate that many rooms, and then different connections between those rooms. That's different from what we are discussing right now with generative AI, where it's basically, in this case, it's more like a one thing that's just rearranged from something that already exists.
Yeah,
Because that's all a Gen AI is. It rearranges shit that it's being fed. If there was no data for Gen AI to work off of, you wouldn't get an output, which is why it's so problematic that a lot of artists and a lot of creators in general, whether it be music, art, whatever, writing, are basically being asked, "Hey, can I use your stuff in AI?" And then they get told no, and then I guess that they say, "You know what? Fuck you! I'm gonna steal it." Ha!
Yeah, no,
Laughing.
no, I do I understand that part of it. So to go on Twin's point and Pyro's point, it uses in Skyrim it uses the game's assets, right? It doesn't fucking get them from Google. It uses the assets that are already in the engine, right? So if a game developer were to use that system and use their assets, but the AI just makes the things, that's still a problem. Because if the point is
Okay, so let me use a real world example that we're seeing quite frequently in the real world.
yeah, of course.
AI as like a scientific tool for like research purposes and stuff, that's fine. If I were writing a paper for school and I was like, "Hey, can you inform me a little bit about this topic?" Okay. Now what about people just flat out saying, "Hey, write this paper for me about this topic and turn that in?" There's a huge difference between, "Hey, I'm using this as a learning tool," and, "Hey, I'm making this do the work for me."
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah, what it is, it's very sensitive. If I touch it slightly, if I can disconnect, my bad. Sorry. I heard what you said, though, Nap. I heard what you said. There's a difference.
I'm very shy. Do not touch.
There's a difference between it doing it like there's a difference between you going, yeah, by the way, just write up about this, and you don't learn a thing from it, right? Compared to putting in the research and actually writing it yourself and then asking it to do a few corrections here and there on spelling and grammar, right? There is a difference. Like, I get that side of it. And again, for anyone watching, I don't want you all to think, oh my god, MFG plays fucking, he searches game stores. For those who don't know, we're going to get into games that we've played this year, and I've played some bangers that I don't even think a lot of people here have played, and none of them are really AI made. I just played devil's advocate on this podcast. I want to first of all get that across. If you've never watched a Trainer Lounge, a lot of my questions and opinions aren't my opinions. I just know what to ask these boys to get them to the point where they're going, well, actually, you motherfucker, and they go on a mad tangent and rant, right? And I sit there smiling because I know how to press the buttons, because I know what these boys are passionate about. Some things I say I do agree with. Like, I don't think all AI in video games are bad. However, I definitely see these lads' opinions and people in the chat's perspectives that, well, actually, there's a difference from Elder Scrolls Skyrim putting trees around the map because a generator's done it, right? But, like, it is a thing in gaming that's coming up, right? I can't say I'm wrong about that. So many more games are using AI now, right? Opposed to generating worlds. Like not Skyrim, Starfield. Yes, we know it's kind of bollocks. I actually like Starfield, but it is what it is. A lot of the planets are randomly generated, right? There's not really a big emphasis on human touch. Just the structures that they've made are repeated constantly. Landmarks are repeated constantly. It's just a very samey experience. And it seems to be the area we're heading towards in gaming. But I thought that was a fun topic, man. if there's anything you guys want to add before we move on, because we do have a few things to talk about, definitely. But if you want to throw your shit at me, by all means. Go on,
Yeah.
bro. Go on,
Because
Twisty.
I was never able to answer the tree thing.
Yeah.
So in essence, when it comes to that very specific scenario, and overall in any, like, let me actually be a bit more broad on this. If you enter a creative field with the desire and the passion to actually make something, and you then halfway understand, oh, you know what? This is actually fucking tedious. Like, I don't want to do this. Then perhaps you should have looked into a different profession, because if the first project, like, I just assume that this is under the lens of a first project because Kickstarter was mentioned.
Yeah.
Um, that if the first project is gonna drain you of your energy that easily, in quotation marks, perhaps you should look to other avenues, because I don't think you're just gonna magically, I don't know, gain that passion back because of you using an AI. Maybe you're just not made for that thing, and that's okay. This is the thing that really pisses me off, because people think that they are entitled to just be in everything. Everyone right now in this bullshit rearrangement bubble is thinking, oh, I'm actually a writer because I have this shit tool where I tell it, write me a fantasy story, and I made that. No, you're not a writer. You're fucking prompt bitch. That's all you are. And I fucking don't understand how hard it is for people to understand that you don't need to be a part of everything. If you have something that you're passionate and you want to break into that, by all means, learn the shit. Learn how to engage with people who are passionate about it, just like you. But if you think that you're entitled to it just because you want to break into something, then perhaps you're a dumb motherfucker who needs to learn their place.
I got you. Okay, then I ask you this only because Napster mentioned it, so I thought to finally end on this segment, I'll ask, right? Let's say I wanted to get into video game developing, but I didn't really know much about writing code, and I asked AI to walk me through on how to write code, and then I learned that way rather than videos. Do you think that's acceptable? If I learn from it, but then do it myself, is that not acceptable though? Or do I have to learn from YouTube? Like, where's the line? Just full stop, no, because it's AI, or like?
I think
I
it's a good
I would
last avenue if you don't have another path.
I
Okay.
would advise not to learn from AI, given how mistake prone AI is. So I wouldn't learn from it. And everything that you can learn from AI, you can learn from other sources who actually did that first and who
Yeah.
may or may not have been stolen from to feed the AI the information. So I think this is at that very specific point at a crossroads, it's a moral choice. Do you want to learn through something that might actually give you information, or do you want to go and check the sources that actually provided the information in the first place that the AI just might rearrange wrong?
Yeah.
And that's my 2 cents on that.
I think that's a fair answer. I only asked that because I was in a situation where, for my job, I have to pass maths, right? In school, I never got a chance to do it because my dad was always ill, and I had to leave my exams to help my dad in hospital. So later on in life, I've had to do maths, right? And my tutor teaching me maths, she's gone, for example, so this is how you work out this, and then afterwards she went, or is it? Hold on, let me just think. And I'm thinking, wait, what? You're teaching me and you don't know what the fuck to do? At that point, I may as well use ChatGPT. If someone's going to get it wrong, I may as well ask the one fucking thing I can continuously ask. I ain't got to ask you and bother you on a video call, right? That's the only... I'm not saying it's a great idea, but if both of them are going to get it wrong, fuck it, right?
Depending on what kind of map it is, you could ask someone like us.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's just that happens to respond in 4 seconds. No. Jokes aside. Right, on to the next topic. Unless any of you want to add anything to that, because there are going to be...
we have a topic that directly goes off of this.
Go for it, man. Roll us into it, bro.
Because you brought up a little thing that directly feeds into NVIDIA and OpenAI, DLSS 5.
Good thing you mentioned that. I've just been saving the images. Pyro, with your consent, may I just put these images over your avatar just to show off them to stream? Because obviously your camera, and you're the only one that's got not a moving image, if that's okay.
No, that's totally fine. Go for it.
Right. So, Napster, I want you to get into, and TwistyCan, Pyrocan, whoever, what is DLSS 5? Yeah. That's big. Holy shit, that's big.
I talked for a long time just now, so I'm gonna let someone else talk for a change.
Yeah, give me just 1 second to see exactly what this says it is, because...
Now, I think we're going to disagree a lot on this one, lads. Like we have.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, we're going to disagree a lot on this shit, bro. Like, 100%.
What I see it as is a reskinning and bastardization of video game development. Personally.
Right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Flawless ready. Oh wait, MFG is ready to put on the boxing gloves.
I'll be who you want. I'll be who you want me to be, baby. Just not yours. Hey. I said that as a joke on a phone call, by the way, before getting my internet. She was like, what do you want me to call you? I said, you can call me what you want, just don't call me yours. And she didn't find it funny at all.
It's a system that introduces a real-time neural rendering model that infuses pixels with photoreal lighting and materials.
Okay, so essentially a filter, right? Let's be honest. You know, let's call it what it is. It's a filter, right? So for those that don't know, in PC, many games can run with DLSS, mostly from NVIDIA graphics cards, right? My one has it. Other people's cards have it. I've got a 3050. Napster's got a more advanced one than mine. 40. What did you say? 4080. Sorry, 4080. Right. So I assume yours has got DLSS technology on it too.
Unfortunately.
Right. But I don't think the current DLSS is that bad in terms of like frame helping and all that sort of stuff, because I think right now it doesn't interrupt mainly what the game does. But DLSS 5, what it essentially does is it grabs the image that the game is sharing and it essentially applies a filter onto it. And this is an example that I'm showing right now over Pyro's avatar. This is Starfield that they showed off, part of the game Starfield. On the left is the raw image of the character, and on the right is what the character turns into with DLSS 5 on. Now, am I saying it's perfect? No. But if you saw this image without knowing it's there, again, I think it's me personally, I think it's this whole AI thing where if you didn't know it was AI, you'd be okay with it. You'd be like, yo, them graphics are fucking sick, right? But because you know it's a filter and you think, that's when the problem comes in for me. I don't even think that's a fucking problem, that image right there. Personally, I think that looks good. Like if that was... I do see at one point that's where the graphics is heading to. Let's be honest, it is going towards photorealistic.
Someone put that in our podcast chat really quick, because again, I can't watch a stream.
Yeah, I can do. Let me get the image off Google on my phone. So this for me, I don't hate. I'm gonna send it over to Twisty.
Because even before I can see it, I am already thinking, okay, it looks like a really, really bad adult movie filter.
Bro, they even did one of Virgil van Dijk. Oh yeah. Let me get it up. There are some where I'm like, okay, maybe it's not really needed. But we will be getting those up. Don't worry, folks. We are going to be getting those up. Let me just put them all in.
Twerk, man.
I'll put them all in the podcast chat for you now, Twisty. Bear with me. Okay. So I'm going to put like 4 images in for you, really, just to get the idea of what we're talking about. So, folks, this is essentially right what DLSS 5 is. Right, grabs an image, puts a filter on top of it. There's actual footage that you can watch where it's in motion. Number one. The only thing I don't like is they're not showing this in a big enough scale. Okay, you've shown it in one little scene where there's one character, but how much does it fuck up when there's a scene full of 20 characters? Does
yeah,
it, you know?
So sorry to quickly interject. I can see it, and it just screams shitty AI. Straight up.
Right, folks. Hold on. I'm gonna move my mic just so I'm not touching it. It might pause the audio for 1 second, so let me just mute that, and if it happens, bear with me.
photo
Okay.
from the husk of what was once Bethesda to show a soulless image produced by a soulless company.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. I'll
It's
show
like
you the
poetry, it
results,
rhymes.
right? So that is the Starfield one. This is the Resident
Yeah.
Evil 9.
Yep.
Resident Evil 9. This is causing a problem as well in the community. A lot of people are not pleased about this one. Tell me, you think it looks bad?
I think so. I'm gonna. Ooh. Okay. So Resident Evil, dark and gritty game series. Why the hell would I want to lighten up my dark and gritty dark and gritty game? This is specifically a developer choice to have this look the way it does, and DLSS 5 without even anything from the developers is like, oh, I'm just gonna touch this up and change the entire vibe of this. You can go fuck off what Capcom wants. So if you want to keep the game as the devs intended it, you have to turn that setting off.
See, here's my problem with it. Allow me to say this. I don't disagree with you actually. I have a problem with this image. And my problem would be, I doubt in the situation that, what's the character's name? Claire. Is that the name, Claire?
I'm pretty sure it's Claire.
Okay, let's say it's Claire, right? I've not played a game. I don't really play horror games. Not for me. But let's say I'm making a horror game. I really doubt my character's gonna have mascara on and makeup on, and she's gonna have foundation and blush. I think she's got bigger things to worry about, really, in a fucking apocalyptic world than putting makeup on. And obviously, the filter does apply makeup to the character. I don't think there's anything wrong with making the strands of hair look more realistic and the face look a bit more realistic. But adding actual like lipstick and stuff to the character that wasn't intended initially, that's where I'm a bit funny, because you've not made what the original image is better. You've just put your own thing on it that wasn't initially it. That's where I'm like, okay, I don't think they.
That's why I call it a porn filter, by the way, because it just over sexualizes characters that are not meant to be that way.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Pyro, what's your opinion on all of this, man?
It seems a lot like trying to make things realistic for the sake of making things realistic. Game is a form of creative media. You have all these different options to go for. Art style is more important to graphics, in my opinion. And with art style, you can go all kinds of different directions that are not realistic. And when you do something like this DLSS 5 stuff, it's like you're unnecessarily adding something on that doesn't really enhance the experience the way it was designed. So it's
Yep.
like you're adding something tacky and it makes it worse.
Okay, no, I think that's fair. I've also put another image up of Leon, I believe it is, from Final Fantasy, from Resident Evil, and this is essentially, it just makes his face a little bit brighter. It doesn't really change much. If anything, I think this is, listen, if you all hate it, go for it. I don't care. I think this is one of the better images shown from all of it. I don't think this is that bad. This is what I would see from like a, Xbox One to Xbox Series X kind of jump graphically. This is something that I actually think I'd see, right? I don't think this is that bad. Just highlights key features. I don't think this is dreadful from what we've seen. Might not be your cup of tea, but compared to the Claire one that we just had, I don't think this is that bad. All right? Might be a too pretty boyish, might be a too much like fucking looks like he's posing for Playgirl rather than Resident Evil. I don't think this is that bad. But here's the thing, right? For those that don't know, there was a showcase from Nvidia a month ago, I think, and they showcased DLSS 5 after all of this backlash, and they've announced that they're also giving it to developers so they can tone the image how they want, so they can use the DLSS 5 as a tool, but how they want it to be. So instead of the DLSS 5 changing the image on its own, the devs are able to use it to change the image how they prefer, if they like the upgrade or not. I don't think that's that bad if that's the option. If the developers can use it to make their intended image more of what they wanted, is that necessarily a bad thing?
Oh, cool. I'm getting fucked in the rectum, but I'm getting dinner first. Great shit.
How about you, Napster?
No.
If the devs are having it, then if the devs are having it, do you think it's a bad thing? If the devs choosing to use it?
So essentially, it's just putting like you said, it's basically just putting a filter on if a dev uses it. Like if this photorealistic is the vibe you're going for, like it's just the shortcut to make it for photorealistic. It's exactly what we were talking about previously. You're just shortcutting your coding process. Like
If you want to
So,
make
like-
it look a certain way, why don't you develop it in that way?
exactly.
You
Like,
now
at that
Shortcut to
point-
do success.
you now can with DLSS 5. A really cool game they've also
Fucking guy.
announced works with DLSS 5. Minecraft. I'll leave you with that one.
I can't wait for creepers to have dicks now.
They are a dick, aren't they? Is that just their thing? No. Right, and I'll show you the last one. I'll show you the last image. So obviously we've had Leon, we've had Claire. Personally, Leon's one of the better ones. Let me find Virgil van Dijk really quick. I do like this one. This one's fun. Obviously there are loads. There's some really horrifying ones like Obsidian, where they put it on not Obsidian, on Oblivion. And one of the Oblivion characters blinks, but he's blinking inside out. It's fucking creepy as fuck. Let me get, there we go, Virgil van Dijk. And again, don't really see a problem with it. Again, football games are trying to go for photorealism, are they not? So what's the problem?
Yeah, that is the. I mean, in close-ups, yes.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah, in close-ups, yeah. In gameplay, no.
you know, why not make the fans more realistic? You know, there's just some
But
bald bloke in the back
Also,
doing
at
this.
the same time, though, most sports game companies are using face scans anyways for players. So how does this what is this technology doing that they're not already doing?
It's,
Like, they
you
have
know
the
what,
power to
Napsta?
do this.
I can give you the answer to that. It's so that everyone who looks at any video game right now can have the feeling of, you know what, I want to masturbate to this. That's it.
Wait, but don't we all do that to Virgil van Dijk?
I mean, I'm a
I know
Liverpool
Cooper does.
fan, so I do more than any of you.
No, look. Again, I don't think it's a problem on FIFA and get sports games. They want it to look realistic anyway. Fuck it. I'm one of these people where I'm like, okay, I'll be honest, man. If I think it looks good, I will say it looks good. I think Leon looks great. I genuinely do. But my problem is, in motion, when it's all kicking off and there's a zombie running towards you, but next thing you know, the zombie just looks like a model from fucking LA and it's got all makeup and it's running and looks like a Snapchat filter. That's where it ruins it for me. You know, if I'm playing Call of Duty Zombies, but instead it's just TikTok models running at me, buy my OnlyFans. Like, that's where I'm like, no. You've ruined it. You fucking ruined it. But
Don't give me a reason to actually start playing Call of Duty.
Also, again, with Leon already looks grizzled. He's supposed to look like he's been through some shit. He's not supposed to look like a model. He is a police officer who is surviving the zombie apocalypse. That is the vibe that the devs are going for. Is he is supposed to be down in the mud.
Isn't he like 52 or something like that in 9?
Yeah, he's like late 40s in canon at this
I
point.
fucking disagree beyond belief. You're telling me that Leon, right, is made to look grizzled. No, the fuck he is not. The guy has beautiful long. He looks like a fucking Final Fantasy character, bro. He is not made in the slightest. So if you want grizzled, you get Rick Grimes from season 5 of The Walking Dead. Whereas Leon looks like he's just come from fucking BTS and just finished his 6th album. My guy does not look chiseled in the slight. I'm sorry. If I was in a zombie apocalypse, right, I've not played Resident Evil. I'm sure he's fucking incredible, folks. But I see Shane, what's up, Grimes? And I see Rick Grimes, Carl, and then I see fucking Leon. I'm not picking Leon to help me, all right? I'm not. If I'm in a fucking zombie apocalypse, I am not picking the Stray Kids fucking member who looks like he's just finished his 7th album in K-pop, bro. I'm not.
It's very clear you've not played a Resident Evil if you're not taking Leon over Rick Grimes in a zombie
Yeah,
apocalypse.
judgy.
In fairness, Resident Evil scares me, so I probably he's been
Trust
in.
me, I can't play it because of reasons.
No, I'm sure he's incredible. I am sure he's incredible. He's in a lot of them. I remember actually I played Resident Evil 4 on the Wii where you could actually shoot with the Wii remote. That was really cool. I'm just scared of fucking jump scares. So I'm like, no thanks. Joe again, banter, right? Banter. For all the Resident Evil fans, I'm sure he's fucking amazing. I'm just saying he looks beautiful. And there's a reason he looks beautiful, because women and men and anyone who plays the game want to jump on him after he saved them from zombies. Oh, let me reward you, Leon. I'm just saying, right? Oh, can I have your Glocks in my mouth? The guy is beautiful, bro. Let me pull up an image of Leon. The guy is beautiful. I'm sorry, you can't. Like your nah. There's nowhere. There's nowhere. Like he looks incredible. Whereas, yeah, we'll get this image. We'll use this. Incredible. Honestly, he looks like a Final Fantasy character. He really does. I know none of you are going to agree with me, but he does. He fucking does. Let me... I mean, Final Fantasy is great too, right? That they can do some kick-ass shit, so I'm sure it's great. But there you go, folks.
Yeah, like, have you heard of that hit piece, Final Fantasy 14, that lets you play for free?
And it,
Couldn't be me currently playing Final
Not
Fantasy
sponsored,
14
by
while we're
the
doing
way.
podcasts.
you know what? Elias has a point. Canonically, K-pop stars are very good at killing demons now. Fair point. Fair point. So maybe I'm not wrong. Maybe I'm not wrong.
Yeah, true.
Maybe I'm not wrong. But you're
But
telling
they
me...
actually have melee weapons. Leon is like proficient in everything.
Okay, let me ask you this. Pyro, I'm going to ask you first. I don't know what you look like, Pyro. I'm going to imagine you look like a very average, good-looking American lad, okay? Right? But I'm going to ask you a question. If you could, right? Nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. But if you could look like Leon, would you?
I don't think I give off pretty boy vibes. So
No.
No, I'd try to be the best version of myself.
You know what?
I
Fuck
would
you.
not try to emulate Leon.
Fuck you for that answer. Napster, would you look like Leon if you could?
I mean, right now I look like the Penguin one on Weight Watchers, so probably.
Okay, you know what? Fair enough. I'm fat as fuck. I'm on camera. We all know it. Right.
What?
Twisty.
I don't even know that.
Twisty, you're a very beautiful, beautiful German man. But would you want to look like Leon if you had the chance?
You had such a good streak with not lying, but you had to ruin it. No, I definitely wouldn't want to look like Leon because I like being alone, and like the guy wouldn't be able to save himself from any woman. So, no, I wouldn't want that stress in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am MFG. I'm surrounded by fraudulent motherfuckers over there, Napster. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying Control Alt Banter. Hello, Wayne. Welcome in, buddy. We're talking shit about AI and video game and stuff. And DLSS 5, actually. So let me just remove these people before everybody thinks Pyro is actually Leon, quickly. Right. So, I'll say this. My biggest problem with DLSS as a general thing, not just DLSS 5, is that developers now will underutilize their game's performance. They won't cook their game long enough because they know, because DLSS is amazing, right? Whether you like it or not, and I'm not talking about DLSS 5, I'm talking about the tool that helps frame generation and helps keeps frames per second low, right? The reason why that is incredible is because so many people who've not got a great PC, they can use DLSS technology to run games without having to go and spend a ridiculous amount on RAM and new graphics cards, right? My card's got DLSS, and it fucking is amazing on games like Spider-Man, right? My problem is so many developers now, instead of instead of like cooking their game properly, like I'm trying to think of the word, optimizing, that's the word.
Yeah.
Instead of optimizing their game correctly, they just think, fuck it, DLSS will fix what we haven't, right? Whereas it's not there for that. It's there to add on top of the optimization to make it even better, right? And that's my biggest problem is that games are going to be under optimized, and they're going to hope DLSS will just fix it, and that's my worry. Going forward. Sorry, Twisty, I saw you going to talk then.
Yeah, with this whole thing having been brought up as a topic, we haven't discussed one of the biggest elephants in the room, and he kind of does look like an elephant. Haha, funny joke. Jensen Huang has come out with the backlash and said, all these gamers, they're wrong about being worried. Like, he basically gaslit the entire gaming community, saying that, no, this is not AI slop. This is just, I think he said, like, procedural frame generation on like, the texture level? Or something like that. I don't know the exact quote. I can look it up. But yeah, the guy basically said, no, you fucking idiots, you're wrong about your complaints, you're wrong about your fears. And then someone who actually worked on the technology said, you know what, our CEO is wrong, you guys were right, and he hasn't apologized since. So he's a bitch.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's rough with these CEOs for gaming companies failing to take Sam Altman schlong out of their mouth long enough to understand what AI actually is.
I got the quote. It's not post-processing. It's not post-processing at the frame level. It's generative control at the geometry level. NVIDIA official press release, DLSS 5 takes a game's color and motivation vectors for each frame as input, so it is at the frame level, and uses an AI model to infuse the scene with photoreal lighting and materials that are anchored to source 3D content and consistent from frame to frame. So the guy's a fucking dumbass or he's a shit liar.
Oh, it's a $1 trillion company. Of course, he's a liar.
Hey, he can
He's
be both.
probably also on a certain list.
God damn. Moving swiftly forward before we do get axed. No, but I don't like the owners of these companies. And I have a perfect Segway. Swagway is a thing that you wrote the hoverboards, right? Swagway, is that what it was?
Swagway.
Swagways. Does anyone else have anything to add on to that? If not, I have a brilliant segue.
Let's go.
Well,
For it.
yeah, we don't like certain companies, right? In gaming, Nvidia is on a high list for a lot of people right now. Do you know what company's on the biggest list? Who likes their PlayStation? Who's getting the PlayStation 6? You know what, Pyro? I feel like you haven't had much to say, but you'd have to be living under a rock if you don't know what's happened with this, Pyro.
Don't worry.
Why would PlayStation be in hot water right now, my friend? Please take the floor.
Said, screw you, loyal customers. We are doing away with your physical games. We will have fully implemented physical games in sometime in going away in what was it, 2027?
2028.
2028. So basically, by the time the PS6 is out, it's not going to be the implication is it's not going to be compatible with physical games at all, and they're going to stop producing physical games of any kind for the PS5. And you know what? I hate it. I wasn't planning on getting a PS6 before, and I'm sure as hell not planning on getting one now. I have a gaming PC.
Get fucked, consoleros.
Go on, Twisted. Go on. I want you to go on. Interject.
Okay, on that note, I haven't even gotten a PS5 yet, and I definitely am not going to get a PS5, especially after the continuous price hikes these motherfuckers keep putting on it.
Amen.
And I'll be honest with you. Sony aren't a great company. Nintendo aren't. And neither the fuck are Xbox. I feel like the only one right now, and I'm not saying they're a good company, but I feel like the only one right now that's at least kind of honest is Valve. Yes, they released the Steam machine for $1,000, but they didn't lie about it. They just went, yeah, RAM's too expensive. It is what it is. They even probably recommended not buying it, right? And I think, like, if they've not said don't buy it, they've essentially just said, look, we understand it's expensive. It is what it is. You know?
Technically, they are implicating not to buy Steam machine because Steam OS is being made publicly available.
That's what it was.
So
That's what it was.
you basically can build your own PC probably for cheaper with the same specs or better with a little bit more, and download Steam OS and have a Steam machine that's either better priced or better hardware.
Listen, I guarantee my machine's probably just as powerful as a Steam machine at this point, if not a little bit worse than a Steam machine. But still, I'm not going to spend $1,000 on it. But I respect that fact, how honest they are. And we're going to go back to PlayStation 100%, right? But it's like Nintendo. Nintendo raised the price on the Nintendo Switch because of tariffs in America. But once all that come to an end, did you see a decrease in price from Nintendo? No, of course you fucking didn't. Why?
No,
Why? Right?
because the price is there now. It's the standard that's being established. However, that there's one small positive that you have to mention, and that is that Nintendo is giving everyone like a 4-month window to basically get it at the old price. That's the only small positive thing that you can glean from this. They didn't say, you know what, tomorrow it's gonna be what was it, 500 base version and like 550 with a game, something like that at least. That's gonna happen tomorrow. No, they at least give some time.
Price increase, it hasn't even happened here yet. September 1st is when it goes from $500 to $550.
Oh, like that, yeah. So as much as I fucking hate Nintendo, I have to give them at least that little sliver of credit that they didn't do it right away, which is what Xbox and PlayStation definitely have done.
PlayStation play has limits.
We love our customers. You know what's funny?
The limit is you owning any game.
You know what's hilarious? Xbox had the ultimate checkmate move. They really did, right? When PlayStation announced this end of, physical media, right? Xbox would have had the ultimate Uno reverse card. They could have released a video themselves saying, on the Xbox Helix, this is how we share games. And they could have gave their colleague the game and have their colleague say, thanks. Mimicking Sony's video 13 fucking years ago. Xbox could have done that. Bro, Xbox could have done that, right? They could have went, do you remember what you did to us 13 years ago, you bastards? How's this? Right? If they had any common sense, which they don't, because they put all their games, it's pointless owning an Xbox if you've got a PC, honestly. But they could have just done that. They could have went, with Xbox Helix, this is how you share games. And they could have had the biggest power move of the current generation since the Xbox 360. They really fucking could have. But the question is, Sony are going to be stopping physical media. They're not going to reverse this move. I don't know if any of you in the chat think they will, or any of the podcast hosts right now. For a fact, I promise you they won't.
Wait. A quick interjection. Sorry, I have to do this.
Okay.
I completely blanked out with that sense, as Xbox have announced that they're gonna test their disc to digital feature somewhat soon in the future, where basically you get a license on a CD, and the console will then check for that license from the CD, and you then get a permanent license to play whatever game you bought. So they kind of want to circumvent people feeling ripped off, rightfully so, by the way.
Isn't that just backwards compatible, though?
I have no idea, sadly.
Okay.
I have no idea.
It's still in the early phases, so it hasn't even been fully rolled out yet.
Developmental stage, basically.
Okay. So that's fair. That's fine.
I just wanted to interject that really quick because I blanked out with that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, what I was saying essentially was, right, is let me think. What was I saying? What was the point that I was making? Yeah, no, sorry, they're not going back from it, right? This is the new norm. It is what it is. I don't look on a lot of today's podcast. Me, Pyro, Napster, and Twisty have basically just been one side me one side them. I'm not going to disagree with them on this in the slightest, right? I'm 100% on with them. Physical media should not die. For those who think, well, I mainly only play my games digitally, right? I say this to you, right? Earlier this month, or July, technically last month, Sony removed, I think, 500 movies from their service on PlayStation. And even if you bought the movie, it got removed from your PlayStation, right, or from your account. Even if you
no compensation given, by the way.
no compensation, no nothing, no fucking, just see you later, gone, right? If they can do that with your movies, why can't they do that with your games, right? And that's the biggest problem, and that's the biggest fear. And again, I'm one of these people. If I can see a pro of it, if for example, because there's no more discs, all of the games are going to be cheaper now, $10 cheaper. I might, hang on, I might see a pro, but that's not the reality. The prices will stay the same, if not get worse, right? So there's no pro to not having physical media, right? Now, I haven't bought a physical product in fucking years. Actually, tell a lie, I bought Mario RPG for like £15 from CX earlier this year, so I have. But people might think, well, MFG, you're a bit of a, what's the word, contradictory, right? Why are you arguing for it if you don't buy physical media? The thing is, there's a choice, right? With Sony right now, I could go on my PlayStation 5 and pay God of War for fucking £70, or I can go on a website that sells keys and buy one for £20. So I can still buy second-hand digital content, right? Okay, even if it's digital, there's still second-hand markets. If they monopolize their market, there is no fucking second-hand. They will control the prices, right? There's games right now that came out 10 years ago, and they still cost full price, bro. What the fuck, right? Yep. Whereas
you just outlined the goal,
and that's the point. They want to cut out the middleman. Right, when we buy a game from a shop, Sony don't get that money. They've already been given a certain amount of money for that product, right? That money don't go to them, but they want all the money. They want all of it. They don't want to go, okay, you know what? Here's your game. Choose what you want to do with it. If you want to sell it, go for it, mate. No. They want to say, yeah, here's your game. You're not selling it. You're not going to make no product. We only make the profit from it. It's a really bad.
And we're only going to let you play it for as long as we think that it's valuable for you to play it.
Yeah.
So,
once we don't think that anymore, it's gone.
Go on, Napster.
I'm going to jump in here because you brought up something interesting about them monopolizing the market. How many of you have heard about PlayStation's dynamic pricing?
Oh, I haven't. Please tell me.
God.
So, there has been a proven case of PlayStation giving different discounts to different players on the same games. They are giving bigger discounts to casual players who do not buy games very often on the PlayStation Store, and smaller discounts for the same games to people who regularly spend money to try to entice players who don't buy many games on the store. So this is actually... How many of you are fans of the Netherlands? Anybody know about this story?
Love them. Like, my favorite team. Go for it.
The fact that the Netherlands is suing Sony for monopolizing digital video games for $457 million.
I love them even more. Wow.
They're definitely earning points back with me.
Yeah. Wow.
Apparently it's 4 different nations now. Who else is joining the...
Have you seen that meme of just someone on the floor and there's about 10 people stamping on him, and it's just memes of companies just...
Apparently Mexico, the Netherlands, the UK, and there's been a couple filings in California.
Yeah, Japan's not getting a good rep this month, is it? Fuck you know.
I mean, the problem is this whole thing started with Nintendo. Like, Nintendo started this whole process in motion, and 3 out of the 4 of us in this call are partially to blame for it, because they gave us a system that they say, you have the license to play, we can revoke it at any time.
Yeah.
And we all went hooked. Like, I love my Switch
we
too.
don't like. Kaboom!
I love my Switch too. But it put us in a very dangerous waters, because now buying isn't owning. Buying is licensing.
It's a very dangerous slippery slope.
Actually, this kind of begun with the Crew, like fucking years ago. What is it? What's the game? What's the studio that made the Crew? What's the one that makes Assassin's Creed? Ubisoft. Yeah.
Ubisoft? Oh
Yeah,
god, Ubisoft.
Yeah, they started it with
Oh,
the
you be
crew,
trash.
but someone tried to sue them by saying, you know, I bought this game, but I no longer have access to it. I don't, you know, and they're like, no, you bought a license. You didn't actually own the game ever, and that's when people started to open their eyes to go, actually, what the fuck? Obviously, now the question remains is, what do you do, right? We have a Switch now. We can't go back from it. It is what it is. We have a Switch too. I'm not gonna throw it away. I've already fucking bought it. I'm the one that loses, right? If I throw it away. And
Oh, very quickly on
There you
that note, sign the Safe Games Act petition.
Yes.
Amen.
yes, sign it, but it ain't gonna do fuck all. But do sign it. You know, with that, and I know that
We never know.
Hey, bro, like, how many people have signed it?
I don't remember.
Stop killing games.
300,000.
Need to do that.
Oh yeah, stop killing games.
300,000.
I just
right?
called it Safe Games.
I know what you meant.
Same thing in principle, but different.
300,000. I want to. It's a guess. I don't know. What? Yeah. Once you find out that number, let me know, please. Just interested on that. While Napster looks. So as I was saying, right? We Napster. By the way, when you do have the number, just interject at any point. I'm not bothered. The question is, we can't get rid of our Switch. Can't really get rid of our PlayStation that we've already got because we've already bought it. We lose, but we do have a choice to make for the next generation, and the next generation is the biggest generation ever. Not in terms of evolution, but in terms of consumer decision. Right? We all have a fucking decision to make, and nearly 1.3 million signatures so far. That's a lot of fucking people. Now, what is the base of Sony's? This I'm just asking Sony. What's the install base of Sony? How many people own a PS5?
I'm gonna give you a different number real quickly. As of July 4th, there are 1.4 million signatures for Stop Killing Games.
Awesome. What's the user base for a PlayStation 5? Like, how many people own one?
Last I saw, over 90 million people have a PS5, or
Yeah.
they've sold that many
Yeah.
consoles.
Like 90 million, right? So that is let's round it up to about 100 million. By the time the PS6 come out, I think 100 million people will have a PS5, right? I think that's a fair estimate to say. Right, let's just round it up. So what you're saying is 1%, 1.4% of the install base have signed a petition. They aren't going to give a fuck about 1.4% of the install base, bro. Surely.
That's that's the wrong angle to look from. When 1 million people all band together to sign a petition for something to change because it definitely sounds illegal, that is still a very large number of people.
It is. No, it is. It is. But here's my thing, right? And here's the question I want to ask all three of you. And we're going to get further into this because I'm going to play devil's advocate. Oh, by the way, I agree with all of you. I'm on your side, but you know I've got to play devil's advocate because it's fun and it's a fun thing to do. But I will ask you this, right? Does this impact Sony's business going forward? And by the way, Sony have responded, and the only time they did respond was because they was in an investor meeting. So the only people they responded to were the people giving them the big dollars, right? And of course they responded to them, and they essentially said, we don't think this will impact PlayStation business. We do have to think about the players though, because they do have feelings. Apparently, you know, basically very mocking, very just a horrible language to use, essentially.
They basically said, we hear you, but fuck off.
Okay, yeah. So now my question is, they don't think this will impact their business. Now, maybe it won't. For me, I'm never buying a PS6. I don't care. Sophie hates the PlayStation 5. Do you know why Sophie hates it? Because I bought it for one game, Spider-Man 2. Say what you will. I bought it for one game. I have played Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2 and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on it, but I only bought it for that one game, so essentially it's a pointless console for me anyway. I'm not getting a PS6. They can fuck right off, even if I miss Spider-Man. I don't fucking care. They're not going to miss my money, but the question is, are enough people going to say no? Are enough people going to be like, nah, I'm not buying one? Will this impact their business? I'm going to ask you guys. Pyro, I'll ask you first. Will this impact PlayStation for their next generation? Because PS5's done, bro. Regardless to what you think about it, PS5's done.
I think they're making the decision of we're going to lose some customers, but we will get more money from the ones that stay, and it will be worth it because we will make more money. I would think that's their stance. I don't like it, but
Now they're basically adapting the mentality of like gacha companies like Hoyoverse, where um and I know this very much from experience. uh Big gacha games creators, they don't care about all the like random players, which is also why they're giving out so many free rewards to pull people into the games so they can get addicted and perhaps spend a lot of money. They only care about the big spenders. They call them whales. Like they call all of them like aquatic animals. A little fish who's like spending, I don't know, maybe 10 to
That
20
the little fish don't make the waves, but the whales make the waves. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Whales,
exactly.
dolphins.
Yeah. And so I think Sony is seeing the success of companies like Hoyoverse, and they're thinking, you know what? We want the same shit. We should ditch all the small spenders who only get like, I don't know, like the consoles, maybe even secondhand or big discounts because the console has outlived its usefulness and they only get games on discounts or whatever. Let's ditch all those people. Let's ditch all the people who think that people should have ownership over the things they buy. Um, let's make it so that we only cater to the people who spend the most money, but also like make sure that the people who spend the most money keep spending the most money, as we just discussed with dynamic pricing. So they basically are pissing off every single side of the spectrum. No matter where you look, they're pissing everyone off, and
Will
they
it
don't realize that, or they don't care. Which I
will,
think the second is more appropriate.
will it affect their business though?
Yes, but not noticeably enough, I fear. Because I think that the people who are already so ingrained in the Sony bubble, they won't leave. Especially the people who say Sony over Xbox. They don't want to lose this artificial console war, which is why they're gonna keep supporting Sony, which also would be like vice versa with Xbox if Xbox does other shit things. Like we have a topic for that. Um, if they were to do our shit things, some people who are so ingrained in the Xbox cosmos would not ditch Xbox because they don't want to lose against Sony. That's how fucking like
Tribalism.
Bronze Age some people think.
Yeah, it's tribalism, right? It's very like,
Yeah,
ooh,
tribalism.
my code versus your. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
dumb. It's dumb. And before I asked Napster and Pyro about whether I think Pyro, did you answer? I think you answered about whether it affects their business, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. If not, sorry.
they my stance is they think this is gonna make them money. It will affect their I think it will affect their business. I don't know if it affects their bottom line. I hope it does.
Okay. Napster, before I ask you, I just want to continue on from Twisty's point. For anyone, console war, regardless to what you like, whether you like Sony, Valve, I'll give it to you like this, and this is the truth, whether you like it or not, right? The way it goes is this: Xbox is at the bottom of the barrel. But the reason why Xbox is still alive is because it's Microsoft, and overall, Microsoft is above all of them, right? But in terms of games, it's bottom of the barrel. Then you have Sony, who are stamping on Xbox. But then above Sony is Nintendo. Nintendo is stamping on everyone below them. But then PC is above fucking Nintendo. And people say, oh no, Nintendo's got exclusives, blah, blah, blah. The reason why PC trumps everything is because PC can play everything legally or not. It can. Right, and with PC you can do a whole lot fucking more than just play games. I can't run a podcast on a Nintendo Switch 2. So PC's better
and
than all of
edit
them.
videos on an Xbox.
There you
Not to
go.
my knowledge, at least.
Napster, will this affect PlayStation's business going forward?
I hope so, because one thing that you kind of just touched on that hasn't really been brought up is I don't know how many people are aware that PS5 emulators are actually starting to get off the ground. Like,
Yep.
people are actually starting to get operational PS5 emulators.
Yep. Which I think is fucking hilarious.
Yar har har, a pirate's life for me.
I made a YouTube short about this, but I have to reiterate this very quick sentence. If buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I tweeted that out. I got a few likes.
Yeah.
You know, we have spoke a lot about. I mean, Napster. Sorry, I don't know if he was about to interject. My bad, bro. I didn't want to take that away.
But I'm hoping that if those get off the ground enough, since there's not really a whole lot that Sony can do from a legal standpoint about them, because the Nintendo lawsuit about emulators was about encryption and everything, and that doesn't really apply to Sony's games, so on and so forth. I'm hoping it'll see more of a financial impact on them. There will, like you guys said, there will be some. And the problem is, a lot of people in a capitalistic society like we live in this day and age will what's the word I'm looking for here? Will virtue signal, and like there is a PlayStation blackout that is supposed to happen on August 23rd for a week.
Yeah.
Where people aren't going to buy PlayStation products, they're not going to spend money on PlayStation.
Yeah.
The problem is they're only planning it for a week.
Yeah, let's see if they do it on GTA's release day. It is what it is.
The funny thing is, like, Sony is actually the company with the worst record of outages of their network. Which is so fucking funny considering they push this idea of digital only, but they can't provide. They are worse at digital than fucking Nintendo, and that's telling you something.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this, right? We do. Are you guys still okay for time? By the way, everyone in the call.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. We have got, by the way, everyone listening, topics coming up. Power World Success. We are going to be talking about something to do with Pokemon. I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about homework games, and by that is I want everyone in the chat to suggest 1, 2, 3 games this year for us to go and play at our own point. Again, nothing controversial, twisted that involves AI, but I mean, some we've all played, some we've all liked, and thought, oh my god, more people need to play this, right? Chat, I want you all to be involved in that too. We're going to get involved in, on obviously, so yeah, Power World Success, talking something about Pokemon specifically, GTA 6, because obviously, if it's a gaming podcast, we can't not mention the biggest game of the year, right? There's a lot of fucking drama happening with that, but before that, we're going to do a segment called. This segment is called Devil's Advocate. Now, I am going to play a Sony fanboy, and I'm going to argue with everyone on the podcast right now about being wrong. So I'm just going to turn my hat to signify I'm a different person now, okay? All right, I'm Jeff. My name's Jeff. OTC said if Sony loses enough money in these lawsuits, they might backtrack. Yeah, they ain't. You know why I don't think they backtrack? Because I think they've already developed the PlayStation 6 in mind without a disc tray. And I think at that point, they've already spent so much money on it, they're not going to backtrack. But, yeah, so listen,
no, disc drive that cost you like $30. Ooh.
Okay, so, Twisty, you think that what Sony are doing is wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then, right? Digital games can't get scratches on them.
Oh, cool. Have you considered all the regions on the world where you don't have an internet connection or a very unstable internet connection, so you can't actually play your digital media?
It's 2026,
because I live in that situation right now.
It's 2026, bro. Who doesn't have an internet connection?
Welcome to the fucking world.
Well, listen, if you don't have an internet connection, maybe you shouldn't be trying to play video games then, should you? You've got bigger concerns, bro, than playing video games. Fix your situation first. Why?
Yeah, I have so many bigger concerns, like living life and not being a PlayStation loser.
Listen, you say PlayStation loser, bro, but PlayStation's moving with the times. They know that not enough people are going to drop off their system. They know that. And Napster, you mentioned this blackout. What's it going to do? What's it going to achieve? Nothing. Because when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, that's right, PlayStation own the marketing rights to that game. When Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, it's going to be the biggest game on the biggest console, and a blackout will do nothing to my boy Sony, okay? What do you say about that, Napster? You think a blackout
You're
will
not
do
wrong.
anything?
You're not wrong. PlayStation chuds make up 74% of Grand Theft Auto's microtransactions.
Right.
Like PlayStation chuds are the biggest market base for just throwing away money for no reason. Congratulations on being the 1% of the losers.
Yeah, man, that's right. Yeah,
You're right there with Elon Musk.
Mm,
Oh
so-
my fucking damn!
Space Link, baby.
I hope you enjoy smelling Donald Trump's shit pants.
Right. And also,
By the way, on that topic, really quick, I just want to say on Twitter they had a collaboration. Like they had this coexistence of like their logos aligning. Like PlayStation was, I think, GTA 6 colored. Once they dropped that bombshell of going digital only, GTA developers, Rockstar told them to take off the fucking collab profile picture because they were that disgusted by it.
kind of going back to the MFG persona just for now. Yeah, but there's no physical games for fucking GTA anyway. They're also doing it. Didn't they come out first? They came out first and did it, right? What the fuck?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That don't make no sense. Yeah, by the way, listen, I know we also spat on the person, but because you spat on them and you're getting shit for it, we don't want to be associated to you, bro. Essentially what they've said, right? Because GTA spearheaded this, right? Let's be honest. Grand Theft Auto is the problem. Like, it's the biggest game in the world. Don't matter who the fuck you are, what game you like. GTA is the biggest game franchise on the planet, right? In terms of sales, there's nothing bigger than it. They can say we're not having a physical game. Fuck you lot, and it's still gonna break records, right? I know Twisty's checking that up right now, but yeah, they brought that announcement out, and then Sony brought out the physical disc, right? I believe
That's physical gaming.
Yeah. Franchise, yeah, no, not by franchise. I mean just video game in general. In video games, Grand Theft Auto absolutely fucking dwarfs Pokemon. In terms of, it's not even close. But Grand Theft Auto is miles above Pokemon.
Oh, sorry, I said Rockstar Take-Two boss.
Yeah. No, that is Take-Two
Parent
bosses.
company, yeah.
Yeah, the Take-Two is Rockstar's boss. Yeah, no, that's fair. But Rockstar, nothing's gonna happen to them, right? And listen, okay, maybe I'm part of the problem, but this is what I've said to myself as a gamer. This is what I've said to myself. I am playing Grand Theft Auto 6. I have waited 13 years of my life to play this video game, right? I don't buy physical games already. It makes no sense for me to cry about this one not being physical, right? It makes no sense. I don't own GTA 5 physically. I did when it first came out, but I don't now. So it makes no sense for me not to buy GTA. But Grand Theft Auto is the last big release that I will buy on release day. Because I think the only other game that I probably would give myself this rule is Elder Scrolls 6. It is 6, isn't it? The new one. Yeah, yes, Elder Scrolls 6. Right? That's another game where I'll say, well, I've waited for it so long. And Kingdom Hearts 4 as well. Games where I've waited like a ridiculous amount of time for, I'm going to buy day one. But most games, I'm not buying day one. I fucking refuse. GTA again. Listen, I am. It is what it is, man. I would also argue that Tetris, Minecraft are bigger games number-wise. GTA holds the biggest record. I'm sorry. I mean, it's like this, right? I know. You're technically saying it with a bit of banter. There's not been a Minecraft 2, 3, 4, or 5. Minecraft's just one game. In terms of one game, but like GTA 5 alone, like GTA 6, it's gonna be scary. But you know, we may as well get into it. My devil's advocate didn't really go too far with PlayStation, because as Napster says, he can't argue really. You can't really argue with it. Unfortunately, I don't think their business is going to be impacted. But we're mentioning GTA 6, so we may as well get into it. Is anyone excited for Trailer 3?
No.
Does anyone want to pretend to be excited just for the bit?
No.
I'm not even excited for the game, so like.
Oh boy, I'm surely excited for the trailer, but I can't find it anywhere. There's something, an announcement. Napster, what's this announcement about?
Flashbang.
On August 27th, 2026, on Netflix, you will be able to pay a subscription fee or use a free week trial to be able to view the extended trailer of Grand Theft Auto 6, which will be released later that day on YouTube. But if you want to be in the know immediately about the trailer, you must have a Netflix subscription to be able to see the extended, I believe it is 6-minute trailer is what they said.
I point you to the meme, manga, anime, Netflix adaptation. It is peak, really, really good most of the time, utter trash.
Well, I'll say this to Twin. I'll say this, right? In fairness to Minecraft, it is fucking everywhere. In fairness. It's on fridges. It's on tablets.
Also, it's cheap as shit.
It's on phone. Yeah, and it's cheap. Like, one game of Minecraft costs like 4 for Grand Theft Auto, right? It's for the numbers that Grand Theft Auto has in comparison, actually, it's quite impressive that GTA's climbed that high. Also, Minecraft's everywhere. It's on my nan's coffin. Like, my nan can play Minecraft while she's dead, right?
Technically, we also have to consider that GTA has had multiple releases, different consoles, and they also had like an enhanced edition, I think. So all of those things also contribute.
But then so has Minecraft.
Minecraft has had they have like Java and
No,
Bedrock.
I mean they had Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, PlayStation 4.
Yeah, of course.
Same as GTA, right?
Yeah.
And anybody who console games, they would buy the more upgraded version, whereas PC they don't need to. They just constantly update the game. But going on to,
I was just thinking about PC Minecraft for some
that's fair.
reason.
No, that's fair. And Nintendo, and again, you look at PlayStation and Nintendo with easily 90 million user bases. All of them are going to buy Minecraft most likely, for their kids or whatever. So it's no surprise that Minecraft's as high as it is. Same with Roblox. That wouldn't surprise me if it had more users than fucking GTA. But
don't even mention Roblox.
What about League of Legends? I
League
know
of
League of
Legends
Legends
is
is
a
a more
free game,
profitable
though,
game.
so
It's made more money than Grand Theft Auto.
League of Legends? Yeah, but okay. In terms of how long's League of Legends been out for?
2011? 2010, 2011, I think, roundabout.
2009.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
we got what? GTA 4 2008. Then we had GTA 5 2013. So I'm not too surprised. Like, again, it's like, I don't know. Let me actually have a look.
It has earned double the money of GTA 5.
League of Legends. What is it? Revenue? Is this right?
Considering they're basically making net profits, I am not surprised.
Yeah, League of Legends has made $15.3 billion in its lifetime.
Yeah, that is crazy. What is it? Okay, 18 billion. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's insane. That is crazy. And I think what? And Grand Theft Auto franchise has got what? 10 billion. So it's not double, but it's definitely impressive.
The number I saw was 8 billion for GTA 5.
Yeah, that's just GTA 5 though. I'm talking the whole franchise, right? In that regard. Because obviously GTA.
In that case, put like 50% on top because GTA 5 was like generational in terms of what they earned with it.
Yeah, but I mean, no game.
I think 12 billion is a fair estimate.
No games.
I mean, if we're going by GTA has more time, though, by that logic, you're including GTA 1, GTA 2, GTA Vice City, 3.
Oh no, League of Legends still beats it, even though GTA's had more time. So the argument isn't GTA. I was interested to see what. It's mad that GTA 5 has made 8 billion of that whole 10 billion franchise. So GTA 5 just dwarfs its entire franchise fully, right?
10 billion. Okay.
So
yeah, it carries the Grand Theft Auto franchise.
But my point with records for GTA is no game has ever done what that game has done on its launch date. No game. There's no. You can Google search anything you want. No game has ever sold more copies than Grand Theft Auto on its launch day. Like I'm sure it made like what 1 point something billion on day one. No game's ever done it. Like check by all means. Maybe one's come out in a recent year or so that's done it. But even if one has come
No, I
out,
think you're right. I mean, in pop culture, I think GTA is the biggest game, even above Minecraft.
in terms of launch, what's the biggest game launch of all time? I think it will be GTA. We'll see if I'm wrong though.
It looks like it is
Yep, Grand Theft
Modern
Auto.
Warfare.
Nah, GTA 5.
If you adjust for inflation, I'm pretty sure.
GTA 5 holds the record for the biggest video game and entertainment launch of all time, grossing a staggering 800 million within its first 24 hours. Sorry, and surpassing 1 billion within the 3 days weekend. Okay, yeah, so
Yeah, right. True.
so in terms of that, but my point is GTA 5 did that. Okay, GTA 5. GTA 6 is the most hyped game of all time. It will dwarf what GTA 5 did, right? And if GTA 5 did that, and no games ever overtook it since, what the fuck do you think GTA 6 is gonna do, bro? It's game over, like, bro. It's fucked. It's fucked.
Yep.
And listen, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not, right? I'm not, and I want to get into this, right? We are now getting into a world where we have to. Okay, yes, if you wait 6 hours, you can watch it on YouTube. But if you want to watch the trailer when it comes out, you have to have a Netflix account. Don't you think that's fucking bizarre?
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's people
We live in
online.
the-
Oh, sorry. Go on. Go.
We live in the worst possible timeline for gaming.
According to Rockstar, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the highest grossing opening weekend. Well, no, but still go to GTA because GTA had over 1 billion in its opening weekend in 3 days, unless GTA didn't come out on a weekend.
Like,
But I know Red Dead
2 is
Red
probably,
Dead 2
was
did great.
probably very anticipated, but I don't think it beats.
No, it doesn't beat GTA.
GTA
Not a
5.
chance. Again, Red Dead 2 is a much better game. Fucking love Red Dead 2. But then that's another Rockstar franchise, bro. Like, that's already two fucking juggernauts in the gaming industry, right? GTA and Red Dead. But we're now at a point where you need a Netflix subscription to watch a fucking trailer, bro. Is that not crazy? Like, is that not? And I've seen reports online that people think Rockstar paid Netflix. Are you joking? You're having a laugh if you, bro. There's not a chance on this planet that Rockstar paid Netflix. Netflix would have paid them millions for that game to be on. Do you know how many people will buy a Netflix account just to watch that trailer?
There'll be a lot of free trials.
Definitely millions.
There will be a lot of free trials. That's definitely fair. There will be a lot of free trials.
Yeah, of course. It's,
Right?
I also think that a lot of new accounts are gonna be made just for that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look, will I watch it? I've got Netflix anyway, right? So of course, why wouldn't I watch it? But I wouldn't be making an account for something just to watch a trailer that someone's gonna put on Twitter a minute afterwards, right? I don't see the fucking point of that personally. That's a bit crazy. I don't know.
That's basically FOMO in its entirety. Fear of missing out. You want to be in the picture, you want to be in the conversation, and therefore waiting 6 hours basically feels like waiting 5 months. Like, to put it like a little bit overly dramatic.
So I see a thing here, Twin, just to answer your question. No, Red Dead 2 did not beat GTA 5 in total launch revenue, though it did secure the record for the biggest weekend opening in entertainment industry. So whatever that means. Oh, okay. Grand Theft Auto 5 launched on a Tuesday. I remember that. I was at college. Yeah, so GTA 5 launched on a Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Whereas Red Dead came out on a Friday, I'm pretty sure, hence the weekend. So both are true.
Fucking technicalities, man.
So all we've confirmed is that Rockstar own now 2 of the biggest records in gaming. Fantastic. Fuck.
Yeah, now they're gonna create the biggest revenue off of a trailer in gaming history. Crazy.
Yeah, and you know, what's your opinion on the game costing $80? But no, I don't know if it's $80, but I know over here it's £80. I think, but the game's going to cost £80, but for the full edition, it's going to cost $100. What's your opinions on that, guys?
First of all, the fact that that you can't even access the full game without buying the Ultimate Edition is crazy. Like the fact that GTA is locking stores behind an Ultimate Edition, like just is wild to me. Because like that's what GTA Online is for. Like if you wanted to do that, the online version is where you do that, where you have the extra stuff. The fact that it's main game stuff is wild.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? There's like a clip online. I've got it. I think his name's Keith, the guy who does them. He does various skits in gaming. It's fucking hilarious, right? Keith Gaming.
Read Bohm.
Nah, Keith. I think his name is. I'm sure it's Keith. I'll see if I can find his channel on YouTube. But he does various clips of just gaming news, but with comedy, and it fucking kills me. Let me have a look. See if I'm right. Keith Gaming, is that what it is? Let me have a look. Yeah, it is. Mighty Keith. Mighty Keith, that's what it's called.
Okay.
But it does a thing where it's like you're playing, it says players who didn't buy the premium version of GTA 6, and he walks into his store and he's like, oh, you want this t-shirt? And he's like, yeah, man, that t-shirt looks dope. He's like, yeah, just show me your premium pass. And he's like, what? Oh, no, just show me your premium pass, that's all, sir. And he's like, oh, I didn't buy it. And he's like, security, we have a brokey in the building. We have a casual brokey in the building. Sorry, sir, you are going to have to leave the premises. We don't allow broke people inside of here. And it fucking kills me. You need to watch it. It's such a funny thing.
Basically, what it means, two-class system.
You know, oh.
Mm-hmm.
But then, do you really want to spend an extra $20? I'm going to, because listen, before anyone judges me, I spent $150 on a WWE game.
You are
That was
full of bad
nice.
decisions.
Look, GTA,
At least you had it for content.
I made more money from it, so that's fair, right? That is fair. I did make more money from it.
I'm
But
the idiot, because I bought it without making money off of it.
I mean, I'm gonna make money from GTA hopefully too, so maybe that'll cost me nothing. And also, just to give Xbox points, I can buy one game, and me and Sophie can both play it at the same time without having to buy an extra copy. So, shout out to Xbox, I suppose. But again, saying that, right, I will be buying the premium edition of GTA. Number one, I've waited 13 years for it, whereas WWE bring one out every single fucking year, so that purchase is stupid, whereas GTA, I'll allow it, whatever. But how long until video games become standard $100?
It's gonna be sooner than we want it to. I don't think it'll even take 2 years.
No reckon.
I would be surprised if it's not $100 baseline by the end of 2027 with the way inflation is going.
Yeah, I think I agree with Twin. I think next year's a good bet. Next year's a good bet, I think. It's a dark day, man. But you know what? I've got some advice for people. If you're a gamer and this stuff makes you a bit depressed, then that's not the aim. That's not the aim of the podcast. Actually, we talk the news. So if it depresses you, it is what it is. I don't really give a shit. And here's why I don't give a shit, right? Because this year I've went back and played some bangers, bro. That are old games that I've really enjoyed. And do any of you boys have anything else you want to throw up about GTA? Because if not, we can move on to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
I
on, bro.
want to mention one thing really quick because
Ooh, on my brother.
fuck every single scalper on the planet. Because the digital versions, the digital pre-sale like promises, they went on eBay for like triple the price, as you do, and there are probably people who bought that, and I just question the intelligence of people because I went to the website of fucking GTA 6. I'm pretty sure that I could have bought pre-ordered GTA 6. Some people are just too fucking stupid to do that, I guess.
Yeah, people scalping / paying scalpers for GTA 6 is proof of how AI is making the world a dumber place.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look now. I think
Just imagine this one digital set of code that gives you an exe so you can install the game that's magically going to run out.
I think they've took them off, to be fair, from eBay. They're not on there now, but they was because I saw them as well. They was on there because I also saw them. But I wonder, can you buy an air guitar on eBay?
You
Someone's dumb
probably
enough to
can.
buy it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and sell some air guitars, man. See if it's a profitable business. But
Sell air guitars for $10 each on eBay.
hiya, mate. Has it arrived? Yeah, it arrived the moment you bought it, mate. Have you checked your hands?
Yeah, Gibson branded air guitars, guys.
MFG.
I'll give you one with a signature.
Signed by MFG.
They just sent, how do I play? Just imagine you're playing with Mandingo's cock, right? You know, just
What?
yeah, you're just playing with, you know, it's just up there. Please don't record me doing this, folks. Anyway, onto the new segment. Talking about successful launches of video games and talking of games that are rather successful. And I know this might hurt Twisty, but I don't
The
think
joy
any.
left my soul.
Thank you, Twin. Thank you. You can always count on me.
I'm joking. I don't have a soul.
So 2 years ago, a game launched, and I was anticipating this game's launch, not because I was going to enjoy the game, because it just looked fucking hilarious. And it turns out this game actually blew up and even pissed off Nintendo. The game I'm referring is Power World. Now I'm going to show you a message on my WhatsApp from a friend from school, right? I'm sure he don't really give a fuck if I show this message. He'll probably laugh, so you know, because I know him. Right. So let's have a look. He put, do you still play Xbox? I put mainly PC these last few months, but I still have an Xbox and PS. How come, mate? Do you use Steam? Just wondering if you play Power World. I'm obsessed with it. Right? Might be a bit hard to see that there, but there's the message. I'm obsessed with it. And I put, LeMayo, me too, mate. And after that, a good friend of mine, Onesie Burnett, what does he put in the chat? And all of you lot were there for that one because you fucking saw it too. Onesie's also obsessed with the game. And we're not the only ones. Because
I thought I could trust you, Onesie.
the game reached 900,000 concurrent players on Steam. Bear in mind, it's not a launch of a new game. It's just an update to 1.0. I don't care what anyone says. That's a fucking phenomenal thing for that fucking company, for Pocket Care. To have a game come out 2 years ago and to bring the full release out and you bring nearly 1 million people back, bro. Come on. That is unbelievable. Like, you know what? And not only that, they're beating Nintendo in the lawsuit. They haven't beat them yet, but they are beating them. Everything Nintendo tries to do, liars are stopping it. All the courts in Japan are stopping it. They've even been slapped by their own fucking game, Pokemon Go. Everything Nintendo were trying to do to stop Pocket Pair isn't working. To the point, Pocket Pair have now released a TCG, right? To further spit on Nintendo, they've released a TCG, which, by the way, is sold out fucking everywhere. You can't get a game at all. Me and Sophie managed to secure 2 boxes for us, and we're having a shit ton of
new
fun with it.
scalping market. Woohoo!
Right? A lot of scalpers are everywhere. However, the game's incredible. I don't know what to say, bro. I don't think anyone here has played it. I know Twisty refuses. But the game's fucking incredible, right? 1.0, genuinely, it does so much for the game. It really does. Even Onesie, who dropped off of it, he played it in 2024 for like a day and was like, yeah, it's okay, a bit boring. Even he's obsessed now to the point where he's bought a 5070 for his partner because they just want to play it in a more, like, I mean, obviously, I'm sure they can do more with that graphics card than just Power World, but they're obsessively playing it. Me and Sophie are obsessively playing it, like, and I've already completed it twice on the new system. If you folks haven't played Power World 1.0, 2024.
Don't fucking do it.
It was a different year. All right, it was a different year. There are some there were some controversies, like Cremis and Anubis.
Anubis.
You know what's hilarious? Anubis is the one they haven't changed, by the way. They just haven't changed Anubis. Like, fuck it.
This is what it looks like to see Twisty die on the inside.
Like, Power World, I mean, I know I was going to clown Pokopia. We can talk about that. Pokopia actually looks to be a fantastic game. I have played Pokopia. I've not played the DLC, but Other than Pokopia, Palworld has slapped every single Pokemon game to pieces. I'm sorry, it just has quality in terms of what a game can do, animations, quality, longevity, player, but it's just slapped Pokemon to fucking pieces. There's not a Pokemon game I've played that I thought, yeah, this is better, other than Pokopia, but that's a different game. Pokopia is a different kettle of fish. Does anyone have any opinions on Palworld's success? Second revival success, should we say? Anyone?
So, here's the thing. A, Palworld does not look like a game for me because I'm not big on survival crafters, so I'm going to start off with that. As Pyro and Twin can both attest, I tried doing a Minecraft world with them for a week, and I fell off harder than the Trainer Lounge did. because I just could not do it anymore.
You traitor.
Hey, we're Control Alt Banter now.
Yeah, control all.
Okay, fair enough.
Deep in the train lounge.
But
Go
that
away with
being
that AI
said,
swap.
that being said, although it was a little scummy how close some of the designs were to Pokemon, I don't think anyone's denying that it was a little scummy how close some of them were to Pokemon. Competition in the marketplace is not a bad thing.
Did
To
you
have
elbow check
another...
me?
Huh?
No, I'm asking Gaz. Did you elbow check me on cam?
No, when Napster went, some of the designs might have been close, and I was like, a little bit, yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
The fact that we actually have a game that is successful enough in the monster taming sphere in 2026 to potentially push Pokemon to improve, find a way to improve, because now there's actually a chance that consumers are going to go over to Palworld instead of Pokemon, is not a bad thing.
And them losing in
I can
court
see
isn't a
Twisty
bad thing.
wincing.
I mean, Twisty.
That is the one place I have been rooting for Pocket Pair, is I will stand with Pocket Pair on the lawsuits, because Game Freak and TPCI are just pulling mechanics out of their asshole to try to get Pocket Pair to put the game down.
Yeah, but let's just patent Dragonite's arsehole, just in case anyone else puts an arsehole on their monster, because then we'll sue them, fucking pricks. Yeah, you know what? However, soon, very soon, we might see a collaboration. And by the way, just to add, Pocket Pair's also done collaborations with Ultra Kill. I think it's Ultra Kill, Tides of Terraria. Terraria. They've done collaborations with Terraria as well. They're looking to do collaborations with Fortnite. The developer has, and also on Steam, he has teamed up with loads of different monster taming games to sell them as a bundle. He just seems to be a very fucking nice person, to be honest with you. And he always responds to his fans, which is more than what I can say for Nintendo. However, soon we might see a collaboration on Pocket Pair and Nintendo. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I need to send this over to the Discord chat so Twisty can see this image, because this is abhorrent. I'll be honest with you. This... wait, I think Twisty saw it before. But let me just get an image up of it. I'm going to put it on the screen now for everyone in the chat. Man, I'll put it in the podcast, boys, now. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Pikmos. It used to be called Pikmon.
Oh, this piece of shit.
So they changed the name to Pikmos. So the image here isn't ultra correct, but what do you see on this image, folks? I see a Charizard, I see a Meganium, I see a Squirrel Pikachu, Lucario's there as well. We've also got Cabalion.
I see Link, by the way.
Yeah, Link's there.
Yeah.
with an
Running a
AK.
Nintendo lawsuit.
And this is the best part. Do you know what their game studio is called?
Isn't it like Pocket Freak or something like that, or Game Pair?
It's called Pocket Game.
Pocket Game, that's what it is.
Game Freak Pocket Pair Pocket Game.
This, by the way, is the precedent that has become a reality because of Pocket Pair.
Can we?
I just want you to understand that little bit of reality.
Can we just get a pick? Should we watch a trailer together? And Twisty might not be able to if he
No.
hasn't got stream.
But you know what, Twisty? You're gonna agree with me on this at least. If Game Freak were putting out good quality Pokemon games, then Pal World wouldn't even be a reality. Because people wouldn't have looked for for an
Yes,
alternative.
it would be. Yes, it would be.
But I'm saying, like, it wouldn't have near
I'm
the
sorry to
popularity that it
disappoint you,
does.
but the guy who didn't break into Nintendo because all he wanted to do was put out copy-paste slop, he would have been rejected either way, and he would have still founded Pocket Pair. That variable doesn't change.
No, but I'm saying Pal World would not be a realistic competitor. It would not be as big a game as it is.
Okay, from a
If
competitor
po-
standpoint, I can understand that, yeah.
Right, I'm just gonna play this.
Like, it wouldn't be a real game because it would not have any traction behind it, because people would still be doing the same old playing Pokemon games, because Nintendo and Game Freak and TPCI actually put love into their games instead of churning them out every 3 years like they're fucking welfare kids.
I'm just gonna let that trailer play for all of you. By the way, we're gonna have that on Pyro's thing. This is the trailer for Pigmas, and just from the trailer alone, I'll be honest with you.
I think there also was some Overwatch characters there.
Yeah,
Like-
Roadhog was in this.
Yeah.
OTC for Life says, I don't think anyone's more obsessed with Pokemon than Logan Paul because it's making him millions. See, I think the Pokemon
Fuck
TCG.
that prick.
God damn. Decent wrestler though. No,
I hope he. No, I don't wish physical harm on anyone, not even on him. I was gonna say I hope he tears his ACL, but no, that's not
I
acceptable.
hope he takes a
behavior.
walk in a forest and trips on a rope.
I hope his sleeves roll down when he washes his hands.
yeah, I hope like when he goes to sleep, his pillows.
That's a joke. Logan Paul doesn't wash himself at all.
I hope his pillow's always warm. By the way, there's like a Giratina clone that was just on screen. There's so many monsters here that are from Pokemon and Pal World, like so many. It's ridiculous. And also Overwatch as well. Yeah, Overwatch has got a character.
Welcome
Look,
to the new president.
It's the fucking mammoth from Pal World. That's incredible. Oh, Ceruledge is there too. So, like, who sues this first? Pal World or fucking Nintendo? I don't even think Pal
Probably
World.
Nintendo.
I don't think Pal World would sue them. I think Pal World would laugh, to be honest with you. Right, I don't think Pal.
I don't think that there will be any lawsuit at this, because this is now going to be a bastardization that goes ad infinitum.
No, Nintendo are suing them. Look, it's fucking Link. It's essentially Link. They're suing them 100%. That's.
As long as Nintendo is smart enough to sue them for intellectual property of characters and trademarks on actual like character IPs instead of trying to create video game mechanics to shut this down, then Nintendo wins that lawsuit 100% of the time. They haven't figured out that they have that they could have killed Pal World if they just would have been like, hey, this Pal is based off of this Pokemon and we can prove it, and sued them for that instead.
Would you all judge me if I bought this game?
Yes.
Hear me out, right? Because let's face it, right? Oh, what am I doing? Oh, Christ. Hold on, folks. Everything's going wrong. Because let's face it, right? Pocket Pair, a little tongue-in-cheek when we say it was a little bit close to some Pokemon. I think it's fucking very close. Hello, Lucario. Now, I still bought Pal World because it was banter. Now, I want to buy this because I want to stream it and laugh at the blatant, like, my guy has just robbed a bank while screaming that he's robbing a bank and running off into the sunset. I can't not help but laugh at that. Like, that's so funny. Is that not funny? Am I morally corrupt, or is that not fucking hilarious?
It's not
can be
about
both.
moral corruption. It's about seeing humor in something that's not funny.
If I pirate this, am I robbing the pirate?
If buying isn't owning, pirating isn't stealing.
Bro, it's what Twin just said. Is that Link just riding a Charizard? Essentially, that's what I'm saying. Like, fuck it, all morals are out the window, bro. If they're stealing from fucking Pal World and Pokemon, I'm stealing from them and pirating the game. I'm joking. I'm not gonna pirate the game because the game's not coming out. Right? They've already changed the title of the name to Pick Moss, and they're probably gonna have to take out all of the designs. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, this game just got delayed 5 years.
Yeah, that game ain't coming out.
Nah, it's 5 months because they're gonna do everything with AI.
Should we have a look at
Oh,
the?
you're right. You're right.
Should we have a look at the comments though for a laugh, just to see what people are saying?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh, can I?
Imagine Pokemon designs are just AI placeholders.
Wait there.
Oh, they are. We all know they are.
Where's the? Oh yeah. Wait
Oh
there.
my god.
Let me just read some of these comments out loud. Future release planned for Nintendo Switch. Bro's got adamantanium balls. Try not to get sued challenge impossible. ChatGPT, make a game that's like Pokemon but isn't Pokemon, but it's like Power but isn't Power, and change it slightly so I don't get sued. Nintendo liars dropping down like Helldivers.
Yeah, Twin just went with the craziest part of all this.
What's that?
For democracy.
Let's have a look.
This is supposed to be released on the Switch.
Yeah, wait, no. This one kills me. The first trainer you face is a Nintendo liar. Hey, it gets worse. You should call your game The Legend of Power World Tears of the Pokemon.
I'm gonna look like a hypocrite for laughing about this because this is still not funny.
We already have Power
The
World.
absurdity of it is funny. The absurdity of it is what's
To
funny.
some extent.
You know that meme? We already have this at home. We already have Power World in court.
This is what happens when Temu designs video games.
Gotta respect the hustle, not even trying to be subtle. Oh, fuck it now. Oh, this is that's good. Fucking hell, that's cheered me right up.
The inspiration taking is as subtle as an elephant in a fucking, I don't know, porcelain chamber.
This is
Like, I can't wait for Lick to ride a Charizard into battle against a Hastoise.
Hey, you can copy my homework, but don't make it obvious that you copied from me.
it's not Ganondorf, it's Ganonstoise. Fuck you know. Yeah. So yeah, I thought I'd just bring that up to you before we move on
It's
to.
not Ganondorf, it's Ganon City.
So
It's Ganondoof.
talking.
Or my gird.
Talking of Pokemon. Sorry, that was so funny. I love that segment. Pokemon Winds and Waves. Apparently, over 300 new Pokemon in Generation 10. Thoughts and feelings, because that's fucking nuts.
I believe it was actually 300 new Pokemon and or forms.
Yeah, it depends on how you count new Pokemon, because there actually are multiple ways to count Pokemon.
Okay, but if there's
Waves.
Okay, if there's 300 new Pokemon forms, designs, that's still 300 new designs, right?
Yeah.
I hate myself.
But okay, look at Sun and Moon. We had what? Probably 18 new designs in terms of old Pokemon. Probably less than that. And then what?
I think that's about right.
Right.
For the Alolan forms.
So that's a very small number. And if you add that to the total new decks in Sun and Moon, in total it's about like, what, 80 new designs, 90 new designs.
I think it's just over 100.
Not over 100. This is meant to be 3 times that. 300 new designs in total. Do you not think that's fucking insane?
Yeah.
This is gonna get the Unova treatment in 2026.
Bro, you ain't gonna be seeing half of these Pokemon in Champions for like 10 years. Shit, man.
Like,
yeah, Twin's
everyone's
right.
gonna hate this game. Go ahead, Pyro.
Twin said 300 is nearly twice as much as the most new ones we've ever had. Yeah, if you're going strictly by Dex number, the most is Gen 5 Black and White with 156.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the new, some of these are going to be forms, but regardless, that's
Yeah, sorry.
It's gonna dwarf Black and White.
I only used the Sun and Moon because of forms. I know Black and White was all new Pokemon, right? But yeah,
Right.
essentially, Twin's got a very valid point. This is nearly double the size of Black and White, which is just crazy. And not only that, we know we've got returning Pokemon, so it's not a Black and White situation where you don't see any of the old ones until like after the game. Like it's all of the new Pokemon plus old Pokemon at the same time, which is easily over like what, probably 600, 700 in the decks if you mix the new ones and the old ones. Is this silly though? Like, is this because they know they're not going to get a Gen 11 for like 5 years, 6 years? So they're like, you know what, let's pump out a game with 300 Pokemon. Like, what's the thought process? Like, couldn't that just be 3 more generations if they spaced it out? Why all in one generation? I'm not hating it. I'm not against it. I'm not really for it either, you know? Because quantity hasn't always represented quality, because Black and White, I'm not hating it, but let's not pretend all the designs are great, right? And I'm okay, we can say that about any gen.
That is about 85% of all Pokemon designs in the world.
Yeah, no, that's fair, but I'd say Gen 5 as a whole has more worse designs than any other gen, other than Gen 1. I think 1 and 5 equally have some bad designs. But doesn't that just increase that problem if there's more quantity? And also,
Yeah.
not memorabilia, but the remembrance of Pokemon. I can't even remember half the fucking Pokemon in Gen 9, I'll be honest with you. How the fuck am I going to remember 300 new Pokemon, bro? The fuck? I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Fuck, I can't remember all the Pokemon from Gen 6.
Who's that Pokemon? Cremis. Oh, fuck, that's Power. Yeah.
I think that's part of why they're going so hard too, is they're trying to, again, draw people in with new designs, because people are enjoying shiny new thing Pal World. What if we give them a bunch of shiny new things?
Probably, yeah.
Power World's got some.
I feel like this is gonna be a game where they try to reinvent the wheel, and it's gonna backfire.
You think this will backfire?
Just like it did when they did in Gen 5.
Twisty, judging by your face, and you're a very hard book to read, you are thinking deeply about this, I can tell. What's your thought process?
Yeah. I actually was somewhat thinking about how to interject my point from Power World, because I still had something to say about that, but I'll do the Pokemon one first.
Yeah, interject about Powered whenever you want, by the way. I don't mind. It doesn't matter. It's a new segment. You can go for it.
Yeah. If you don't mind anyone not talking for 10 minutes. No, I'm joking.
Go for it, brother.
Okay, so here's what I think about the whole Pokemon ordeal. I think they're definitely trying to overshoot with 300 designs, because first of all, there's no way that they're gonna be on a high level, because 300, if we're gonna assume that that's from the end of Gen 9 to the beginning of Gen 10, the creative process and all that is the time frame that they had for 300 designs, they're gonna be shit, bar none. No one's gonna like them. Even the most diehard Pokemon fan is probably gonna feel like, wow, this new Pokemon generation, this set of new Pokemon, they suck. Like, what happened? Either that, or it's crunch, or they actually dabble with AI, in which case, go fuck yourself, Nintendo.
Or all of the above.
There's no way this hasn't got AI with 300 designs. Sorry, Twisty. Sorry, I just. There's no way it doesn't, right?
It's always something in the back of the mind to keep. Anyway, there's maybe they actually hired more people to like create designs, but then they also have to put like more people in for rigging the models and all that, for making the skeletons, to have the texture application and all. So I'm not sure if they basically put together the two teams. Like, I think it's been well established right now that there are two teams developing Pokemon games basically at the same time. One is like a senior team that does, I think, the more streamlined basic editions, like Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, and there's a more innovative younger team that does like the quote-unquote side games, like the Pokemon Legends games, for instance.
Like Pokemon Works, right?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe they put both teams together, in which case I can kind of see the workload actually for that process specifically being manageable. Although I doubt it, because I don't think anyone at a Game Freak headquarters actually has a fucking idea on how to manage people. My criticisms with their people management skills aside, this is probably just mainly a number to create shock value and highlights. Not highlights. To fuck. Headlines. Thank you, brain. To create headlines for people to think, oh wow, they are working on this massive new thing that requires so much work. And the first trailer looked good. I have a lot of words on that.
For the bar that
If you want them.
Pokemon has raised, compared to what they've done, it looks good, right? But in terms of our standards, probably not.
Yeah, maybe. Like they're projecting outward that they're working on a massively high quality product, but this has basically been the marketing for most Pokemon games. Even with Scarlet and Violet, you could have argued that it had a projection of being a high quality, high bar game. The fact it was fucking dog shit. I mean, the fact that I think 26 million people bought the game makes you understand that people don't care about dog shit as long as something is popular.
Depends how
So
quality the
yeah,
dog shit is, really.
yeah. If you just spray paint a piece of shit long enough, you can at least sell it for the looks, I guess. Um, I don't see a world in which they have 300 quality designs, like, at all. Maybe they're gonna have like a tenth of that are gonna actually look like quality. There's no shot that even half of that looks good. A tenth, I think that's a fair assessment. Anyone of you want to say something really quick, or can I mention the thing about Palwas?
Do your thing,
I was
buddy.
gonna say, the 300 number is gonna be, I think there's gonna be a lot more forms than we're used to seeing, and that will make up a large chunk of that 300 number. I've seen some of the other stuff that's been talked about in supposed leaks, and without going any details, it would be fair to think they're going to do more with forms than they have been.
Yeah, I'll take a little look at those leaks. Twisty, by all means, you wanted to interject about Power World, right? I'm sorry, Pyro, unless you haven't finished that point, my bad. I didn't want to assume.
Nope, I was done.
Okay, go on, Twisty.
Yeah, because I want to reiterate something that I think it didn't come across clearly. I am not talking about the quality of gameplay with Palworld. I am simply criticizing the lazy, garbage, copy and paste piece of shit process that Pocket Pair is doing. They have a copy and paste Breath of the Wild. They have a copy and paste Arc with Pokemon designs basically in them, and maybe the gunplay of like some generic shooter. I don't really care about that one. I don't know about their copy and paste Shovel Knight ripoff. Has that released yet? Like genuinely, I don't know. That sounds like a no to me.
So, what was the question?
So
What was the question? Sorry.
they have a copy and paste Shovel Knight game that they showcased at least through like screenshots with I think
that's
the
true.
tagline in development.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Has that released yet, or
Nah.
is that still in development?
No, I think after the
development.
release of Power World, mate, I think they're just all in on Power World at the moment because more Power World projects have been announced since then. So I think that's their bread and butter. It's like Game Freak. They could make other games, but this is what's printing them money, right? So for what seems to be.
Okay, but just as a reminder that that's something that they have also tried to copy paste. Now on the lawsuit specifically, I really can't be fucked enough to care about the result of the lawsuit. I want Nintendo to lose, but do listen to my wording because it's very specifically chosen. I want Nintendo to lose. I don't want Power to win. You might say that is a contradiction, but I just want Nintendo to fucking get wrecked.
Okay.
I hate what they did. I hate the approach they chose. Go for the fucking characterization.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I do agree with you. I think if I'm Nintendo, why they sued Pocket Pair is stupid, right? I agree with you.
Yeah.
Designs, I'm 100% with you. I even said on the podcast, I can't argue with anyone about the designs. You're all right. New designs 1.0, fantastic, unique. Again, that's not what we're saying. We're on about when it launched, and that's fair. I completely agree. However, when Nintendo loses, and they will, and by lose, on a technicality, Nintendo will win, but the way they will win is based off the launch edition of Power World, which no longer exists anyway. So Pocket Pair might have to pay 30,000 yen, 30 million yen in damages, which isn't a lot of money. It's like 30,000 American dollars, right? So, but Nintendo have spent millions on lawyers. So essentially, Nintendo lose. They just lose because they're not going to get a high amount from Pocket Pair. The game ain't getting shut down. It's too big now. Too many people play it. It's never going to rule in being shut down. Nintendo aren't going to get a lot from it. They will lose from this lawsuit. They'll lose funds. They'll lose respect. They gain nothing now from this lawsuit. There's nothing they can do. Like Power World, what gives them 30,000, which is nothing compared to what they've spent on lawyers already, right? But as you say, I don't look at it as a win for Power World because they've had to change shit. They've had to halt development plans. So it has damaged them a little bit. But players win. We win, right? Lumen Tail wins. Cassette Beasts wins. Nexomon wins. Digimon wins. All of these fucking creature taming games that have a passion for making this style of game that Pokemon tried to monopolize. Pokemon's trying to stop all of them by patenting game mechanics to make all of these other games shit. And that's why I want Pocket Pair to win, because then all of those other games win. Does that make sense? I don't know if anyone agrees or disagrees.
Yeah.
They basically set a precedent on which other games that were developed could then lean on to say, you know what, there was already a ruling on this. We're just gonna rely on that ruling because we are basically doing the same thing that they did, and yada yada. Basically, precedent things for this whole gaming process. So yeah, I definitely just wanted to mention that I don't care about gameplay. I don't care about any of that. I never did. I never really spoke about gameplay, aside from like maybe a mention of that one of the like attack animations looked like it was ripped straight from Fortnite, but that's not that's not a criticism of the gameplay itself. It might play perfect. Like it might be the most perfect gameplay of all time. I don't fucking care. All I did ever was talk about the completely barren and the completely lazy, pathetic process of how their games are being created. That's all I ever did. That's all I ever spoke about. And sure, there are some people who can suspend their morals of the morals in general, and say, you know what, I would rather have something that is well stolen than badly created on their own. Like, that's your thing. I can't argue on that. Like, if you want to say, I'd rather have something that's ripped off in a good light, in a good sense, you live with that. Like, I'm not gonna talk on that. I can't help you. Like, what am I supposed to say? I'm not controlling your life.
No, I get that. And I think, not to interject or disagree really with you, it's more like this is how
No, go ahead.
This is how we look at it, right? With Power World, obviously, yeah, you can use the word borrow, style, whatever you prefer. But like all game development, it took a lot of systems from a lot of different games. I will never say it took assets because I don't believe it ever took assets. Because if they did, it would have been proven, and it's never been proven. People just believe it. It's never been a fact they stole assets. However, the fact is they're definitely very much, as you say, copy and paste of very mechanics and just ideas, right? Again, Breath of the Wild, Pokemon, Ark, whatever you want to say, right? However, Power World got so popular so fast. So if you put a flashlight and magnemize the flashlight on an image, right, you can pick apart that entire image. There's loads of games that do it, but because they don't get as big as Power World, they don't get the scrutiny that Power World's gotten, right? You can look at any game that you love, that you really enjoy, and if you pick it apart, you can find systems from that game in all kinds of other games, right? But because you love that game, and because maybe it's not as big and it's not as blown up, there's not enough people. If you put so many people in a room, there's going to be some chaos. There is going to be some chaos, right? And just so many people landed on Power World, it caused up a shitstorm. But I don't disagree with you. I just think what people say Power World's, the only thing I think Power World's guilty of are the designs. In terms of gameplay designs, okay, it uses a lot of gameplay systems that I've seen in other games, but then so many other games do it. So it's like, if we're not going to play that game, let's do that for all the other games, right? Like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah,
That's my argument, right? Where do you draw the line? Napster Pyro, I will ask you on your point of that. Do you have anything to say in response to Twisty, or are you good?
I don't think I have anything else to add.
No, I'm good there.
But again,
sorry for being Mr. Yappa.
no, not at
You're
all.
good?
And I also don't want you to have to feel like, I know you're not apologizing. I don't want you to have to feel like you have to explain your point, because again, your point is your point, right? I think everyone respects it. Like, I don't always have to disagree or agree with people's points, but I will always respect them, you know. And I think that's a good thing to have. And I think it's one of those. I'm just happy Power World succeeding because I think it does help everyone. I think it really does, right? Now, if Power World succeeds, it's not going to damage your life any way, shape, or form. The only way it will ever shape anyone's life, all other creature games, the only negative we could have from it is if other creature games try to copy it and try to add survival. Like, now we're probably going to see a huge surge in fucking survival craft games, right? That's the only problem, I think, that comes from it, is we get so many more imitations, right? When someone
I
blows
thought
up.
that the success of companies like Sony wouldn't hurt me at any point as well, but depends on what they're gonna do going forward.
Yeah, heroes
Like
becoming villains and all that, right? Not to say Power World's a hero by any means. I'm just saying, like, I get your point. Anyone can be capable of going down that road, but the fact is, since, like, regardless how you look at it, since Power World's launch, we now have a Pokemon game coming out that has took longest in development, more than any other Pokemon game, and they do seem to be putting as much effort into this game than any other Pokemon game. And I'm not the one on the podcast that said a delay for Pokemon's a good thing, right? I'm not going to say who said that, but someone said a delay is a good thing, and then we got Legends EA.
I would. Yeah, I would.
I remember kicking off about Legends EA, being pissed off because it hadn't been shown, and everyone was saying, just let it cook, and I let it cook, and what did I get? I didn't get a fucking cooked food. I got food poisoning, bro, from that game. And I waited just like everyone told me to, and I didn't get a good fucking game. So who knows? Maybe waiting for Winds and Waves will be good. However, all of the things you guys hate in video games, I think Winds and Waves is going to be filled with it. I wouldn't be surprised if you can build your own island, right? Oh, there's a creature collecting game where you can build and do things. I'm not saying they're going to do Power World, but it's based in islands. It wouldn't surprise me if you can ask your Pokemon for help. I mean, Pokeopia's sort of a building game. Why would they not introduce that to their main series? They know people love it in Power World. They seem, they're quite clearly a competitor now. Like, you look at their sales, Pokemon's probably not hit those numbers on a day basis, right? Again, we'll never know because we don't see the numbers on Nintendo. But Pyro, Napster, I will ask you, regardless to whether you think of Power World, do you think its success is a good thing for gamers as a whole?
Like I said, it's the fact that it's a real competitor to Pokemon is a good thing, even if the way they went about their designs are a bit shady.
I second that.
Yes, and I think that's the fairest point of it all. I think there definitely are some shady business questions about it. Designs, definitely, I'll never go back on that. And you know why some of them were shady, because in 1.0 a lot of them got changed. Why would they get changed if they wasn't dodgy in the first place? So again, I agree with you. I'm not going to disagree with you with that. But unless you guys have anything else to follow, I've got a fun little segment. The what have we been playing this year segment. And I want to see just how many games we've all played this year that all of us have played. How many games that none of us have played, right? So, Twisty, unless you've got anything else you want to follow up on that, my bro, by all means.
No.
Okay.
At least not to my knowledge.
So, Twisty, I want you to lead this one. What games you been playing, man? I know you said you've had issues internet, so I don't know if that's damaged any gaming for you this year.
I mean, I did have Monster Hunter World loaded, and luckily you can play that offline. What a world where you can play shit offline, huh?
Wow.
So yeah, I've been investing a couple of dozens of hours in getting my master rank like leveled, and yeah, aside from that, this year it's been mainly the gacha stuff. HSR and what's it called again? Oh yeah, Arknight's Enfield.
For those watching HSR,
Honkai Star Rail.
Honkai Star Rail. Okay. I knew what it was, just in case anyone had Quinn said
Yeah,
any
sure.
particular gotcha game. So Star Rail's one of them, right?
Yep.
Anything else you've been playing
They
that's
currently
gotcha?
have a cool collab, which I'm really enjoying because they have a special support mechanic system in that, where you have two characters basically on the field, and one is basically adding support effects on the other character, which I think is really cool. Like, there's general like support capabilities in HSR combat, but that's like, I think, a little bit too much to get into here, into
That's
all the
okay.
specifics that you can do. But yeah, aside from that, I'm not particularly like gaming. I mean, technically, I have played FM26 a bit, but not too much.
Still gaming, yeah. No, that's fair, man. Definitely still gaming.
Yeah. I mean, I have checked out Uma Musume actually.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of people are playing Usume, right? Isn't that the fucking the horse anime?
Bosco racing.
Yeah.
That shit.
That's what Finn was fishing for.
That shit's still weird, man. That shit's still weird. Listen, I'm not judging any of you. You all play it. I love all of you. It's sound. But yeah, no,
Like the
that's fair.
character from the anime, that's like really cool to me because it's a character that's like so much of what I want to be. It drew me in. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's about it for me actually. I haven't played a lot actually.
No, that's fair. All right, Pyro. What about you, my guy? What you been playing? What you been up to this year?
I haven't been doing a ton of gaming this year. I did. I have played Pokopia. I when Fire Red and Leaf Green released on the Nintendo eShop, I bought Leaf Green, played through that.
Great games. Great
Played
games.
revisited Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for a while earlier.
Another great game.
And then, speaking of great games, I've tried to keep this to streams only, but the first Xenoblade Chronicles. And I am in a pickle because I can't make up my mind on when I want to stream, but I want to play this game because I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I'm tempted to just say, screw it, I'll play it offline. Since I can't make up my mind.
I have that problem. I not to interrupt, but you know when you're playing a game, you're like, oh, I want to stream it so other people can see it. But then you're like, oh, but I kind of just want to play it my own
That has
comfort as
crippled my enjoyment of gaming as well.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that. Okay, so you've had what? Tears of the Kingdom, easily 9 out of 10 game. Some problems with it. some problems. I've not played the Switch 2 version. Obviously, Leaf Green and Pokopia. We say what we want about Pokemon, but Pokopia is fucking incredible. Really good game. You know,
Pocopia does a lot of things well.
it really does. It really fucking does. So, anything else other than those, and as well as Xenoblade?
Not really, to be honest. Anything else has been maybe an hour, a couple hours here and there, and I can't really think of what they were.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. All right, Napster, my friend, what have you been up to this show, man? What have you been playing?
I mean, I know you know the game I've been playing the most recently. I've been playing the crap out of Final Fantasy XIV.
I've seen you on it a lot, bro.
I have put in 110 hours in the last 3 weeks.
Oh yeah. Woo.
Fair play.
Um,
Fair play.
I started playing Big Walk last night, and that was a nice little cozy game. Code Vein has been a lot of fun for Souls players. That has been quite fun to play. Dave the Diver, another cozy game that I've been playing. Outer Wilds is a phenomenal game that I highly recommend if you enjoy exploration games.
Outer Wilds is fucking. I've not played it, but I've seen how the reviews. A lot of people like that game. Not to be confused with the Outer Worlds, by the way.
Yep.
Different studio, different game. Outer Wilds. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
And then I've also been playing College Football 24 because it is sports season, folks.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Okay. Is that mainly what you've been playing? Yeah.
That's basically it for the past month and a half worth of gaming.
Okay, I've normally when I take a hiatus from the MFG channel, it's normally because I'm playing other things. For those who don't know, I'm not just a WWE fucking player, believe it or not. I have a lot of fucking interest, and I'm gonna get into all of that right now. I've played a lot of games over the past 4 or 5 months. I've played a shit ton of games. Me and Sophie have played through the entire Gears of War franchise, from Gears 1 to Gears 5. We completed every single Gears game in a matter of a week together on co-op. So from Gears 1 all the way to Gear 5. You'd be quite surprised actually just how short Gears 1 to 4 are. And then 5's just fucking unbelievably long in comparison. Me and Soph love that. Obviously you've got Gears of War E-Day coming out. Very excited for that. I've seen actually the beta's out now, so I'm going to download it so me and Soph can play it. So that's that. We've had a shit ton of fun with that. Now, obviously, we talk about Pokemon a lot. We have done, especially on the Train Lounge podcast, Pokemon podcast. But believe it or not, I feel like I'm one of the only people here, despite us all liking Pokemon for a certain thing or not. I feel like I'm the only person here who actually plays creature catching games otherwise. Like, I don't know if any of you guys do. Sophie's also mentioned Medieval Dynasty. Medieval Dynasty, very good game. Survival crafting game set in medieval times. You can play that co-op. Really fucking good game. Pokopia, of course, Potopia when that came out. Really fun. Not played the DLC. I'm waiting for more reviews and for where it's cheaper because I'm not going to spend the full price when the full DLC is not out yet. It's not worth it. Fields of Mystria, essentially Stardew Valley, but with more magic and stuff like that. Quite a fun game. We've been playing that. Sophie's also played. What's that other game you played, Soph? The one that's Dark Moon. I can't think of what it's called. It's the Moonlight Peaks. Essentially, imagine Animal Crossing meets Stardew Valley, graphic wise. That's essentially what Moonlight Peaks is. But I've been playing a few creature catching games. I've played Cassette Beasts. Played that, completed that, and I want to get into that in a second. Fucking love Cassette Beasts. One of the best games I've played this year. Full stop. Great game. The sequel's coming out this year, so I'm very excited for that. Cassette Beasts 2002. That's going to be fucking sick. I've also been playing Lumen Tale Memories of Trey. I believe the developer for that made a Pokemon ROM hack years ago, and now they've released their own game, which is a creature collecting game. Out on Switch, Steam, I think Xbox as well, potentially. But I know it's on Steam because that's how I've got it. Not completed it. I'm doing a YouTube series for that, folks. And for those that don't know, I have got a couple YouTube series at the moment. I've got Spider-Man, that's on YouTube. I've got Lumen Tale. I've got Fields of Mystria and Power World. Lumentel. Yeah, so those 4 games. If you want to see any of them, check out the YouTube channel. I've got playthroughs. I've got episodes coming out every single week for each of those games. So yeah, man, I've played a lot. I've honestly played a lot of games on Steam as well. Let me just get up Steam because I feel like there's quite a few games on there. Let me take a look. Sorry, while we're here, just so I don't forget any from the library. Let's take a little look. So let me take a look. The games I'll mention. Yeah, Metaphor ReFantasio as well. Really fun game. Not played a lot of it actually. I've not got that far through it. But essentially, Napster will probably know, but it's essentially like Persona 5, but more fantasy.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yep.
Really fun game.
More mature as well.
Say again, sorry, not.
More mature as well than Persona games.
Yeah, more mature. Yeah, yeah, fucking definitely. Within the first 2 hours, I was like, Jesus Christ. Quite confusing. I've not played a lot of it. I want some more spare time to play ReFantasio. However, this next part is called homework, right? If you guys can suggest one game that you've played that you want everyone else here to play, and at least I want to call it the 4-hour rule, okay? What's this Steam rule where you can buy a game, but after if you've
2
not
hours.
2 hours, is
2
that the
hours.
Steam rule? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So my thing would be, we'll call it a 1.5 hour rule, right? You got to suggest a game to everyone on the podcast for this year, right? This summer, whatever. And if they were to purchase it, they've got, again, 2 hours to refund it. We'll call it the refund rule. You got to play it less than the refund hours and see if you like it. If you don't like it within that hour, that's fine. You've tried, is what it is. And you know what, Pyro, I'm gonna give it to you, man. What game would you suggest to everyone here? And chat, I want you to get involved as well. All of you pick one game. What game would you recommend to everyone here to play?
That's a good question. So I don't know about if I make a recommendation for the 3 of you in chat. It's like what would I think? What's a fantastic game that I think all 3 of you would enjoy? Might have to come back to me on that. I don't have one that's immediately coming to mind.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting. Napster, what about you? We'll come back to Pyro.
That's what I'm running down the list of, is what, if I could only recommend one game, what one would it be? Twisty, I'm gonna kick the ball to you real quickly while I do a think.
You know what? I actually have 2 answers. One is a kind of meme answer, and the other I mean. The meme answer would be Xenoblade 3 because it's a Nintendo game and they are usually not very high on refunds. But it's still an absolutely fantastic game, and if you like complex, emotional driven stories, you will absolutely feel right at home there.
Xenoblade,
The
right?
actual yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was just double checking.
The actual answer that I would give is actually a free game, and it's one game I mentioned already, HSR. It's a fantastic turn-based game. I think it has better turn-based combat than Pokemon, like basically than any other turn-based competitor on the market. And just don't spend money on it. That's all I'm gonna say. You can get so much free stuff. Just wait it out. Don't be affected by FOMO. Just wait it out. There's free characters given out left, right, and center. I think there's an aspect to this game where you can enjoy every bit of it, but you can also skip every bit of like dialogue. So if you're just there for like the climactic boss battles and all that, you can just skip to that. You can ignore all the comments, the lore, and all the story behind it.
Twin
Like,
asked you,
if
by
you
the
want to do
way.
that,
Sorry, Twin did ask you, what was the name of this? Is this Star Rail you're talking about?
Honkai
Yeah.
Star Rail.
Yeah, Honkai
I
Star
can
Rail.
show Twin it.
If someone wants to put it in the chat as well for chat so they know how to spell it, whatever.
And I can vouch for this for Twisty as well. Of the Hoyoverse games, it is the best one they have produced.
I think so, at least. Yeah.
I'll
Some
try
people would
it.
say ZZZ, but I don't know. People say ZZZ probably think the latest patches and also like the character designs, if you catch my drift. Um. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah. Actual great overarching story. It does have its silly, goofy moments, but it also really serious, hard heartstring tugging moments. Thank you, brain, for not messing that one up. um, it's honestly such a good game that it's weird that it's free to play, but it's basically paid for by the whale. So thank you for that, people. Also, some of which are on my friends list. We will never meet each other, but thank you for funding the game. Honestly, just give it a try. What the hell just happened?
Twin, you know what? Someone else can read out that comment. I ain't even reading it.
Is Twisty recommending a game that used AI to help with character design?
Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Anyone
Yeah.
got any popcorn?
Yeah.
Someone's trying to stir the pot.
Yeah, you know what? I got nothing on that.
Listen,
I just got nothing.
if you like a game, sometimes you've got to look back and think, I've had too much fun. Fuck it. All right. I'm Twisty. If you like the game, you like the game, bro. You like the game. I support you liking the game.
No, I know how much of a hypocrite I am with that. I
Yeah, but-
absolutely know that.
Yeah, but no one's judging
It-
you for it.
I'm judging myself.
You're allowed to like stuff,
That
bro.
that's a bad character trait. I am aware of that, but no, I am aware that that is a thing.
C Dubs gasp. OTC recommends
I
the
know
chant,
that is
by
a
the way.
thing that is happening. Sure, yes, I am aware, and I know that I'm a hypocrite for keeping that game in my playlist. I'm just too deep in that I don't feel like I can escape it.
I love this guy, you know. Man just went, you know what, yeah? Hypocrite and that, but it's still a good game. My guy.
No, I'm too deep in.
No,
I
no, no, no.
actually, I know I just said don't be affected by FOMO, but I am affected by FOMO, which makes me a double hypocrite.
Yeah, but let me just say this to you, though. Let me just say, banter aside, right? Again, my catchphrase for this podcast. Banter aside, this game has given you a escape. This game has given you good times, friends that you've met from it, as you've said. You've enjoyed so much from this game. Not all of it's fucking AI, right? If the game, you would know personally, Twisty would know if it was just AI slop, which it isn't, right? So you can give yourself a fucking pass. As I said, all games going forward are going to have AI to some certain capacity. I don't think you can avoid it. So why banish yourself from the realm of enjoying games? Just put a limit to what it is, right? If it is character design, cool. And I'm sure even then there's a limit. I'm sure they might look at it and then work on it and change things. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think anyone's going to try and send you to court. Although that will be next week with Wandsabinette and the court trial of Twisty versus Power World. Okay. And welcome to come to that, by the way. Next week's going to be a banger. But no, sorry, carry on. By the way, Twin, I love you. That was phenomenal. Well done. That's great. That's that was there. That was great. Wow.
You know what? It was in the back of my mind, but I feel like that uh, I cross it out whenever I play it because there's a recent character that's been added, and I was like, yeah, you know what? You're worth it.
Yeah, they used it more of a refining
If you know
tool.
Rin Tosaka, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so anyway, regardless, Star Rail, right? She recommends Star Rail. By the way, I'm going to be trying this. I will be trying this game for Twisted. Now, I don't know if any of my podcast hosts will actually do this exercise. I will go and try Star Rail. Of course, if something costs and you haven't got the funds, that makes sense. To second Twins' point, Final Fantasy 14, the free trial, I'm pretty sure it's like 80 hours. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Like, you can play so much of the game for free before even having to buy it.
Does it let you level up to level 60 for free?
Yeah, I mean,
How does the copy pasta go?
it goes unlimited amount of time. Yeah, unlimited amount as well. Right? Sorry, unlimited amount. I think it's the level cap I was thinking of, but
Yeah,
essentially
I think level 60 is what I know last.
you're going to get so much from it. It's I think Twin, fantastic recommendation by the way. I like Final Fantasy. It's just I also love Elder Scrolls Online. If I have to pick an MMO, I'm picking the one that I know.
Making a list,
There you go. So what? Final Fantasy 4. Okay, okay.
bit blurry.
Right. So
I'm
Twisty,
keeping a list of them.
are those the games that you've recommended? Yeah. All right. So I'll ask this before I show the trailer. Has anyone here played Cassette Beasts? Anyone?
No, you've recommended it to me.
Pyro, have you ever played it?
I haven't played it, but I've seen someone play it, and I would definitely be willing to give it a try.
Okay. What about you,
One of my
Twist?
best friends has recommended it to me on multiple occasions, but I've always been too cheap to get it.
Right. So for those that don't know, very small developer studio in the UK made this game. This game came out years ago. Like I'm sure, probably like 2023, I think it came out. So 3 years ago. Cassette Beast. When it arrived, it caused quite a scene. Nothing controversial. Just everyone saying this is what Pokemon should be. I never played it until this year. It got recommended to me, so I thought I'd give it a go. And in my opinion, this is one of the best creature catching games I've ever played in my life. And it's got probably the best soundtrack I've ever heard in a creature collecting game, including Pokemon. The singer, oh, what fucking hell, something Shelby, I can't remember her full name. Grace Shelby, it might be, but she is singing in the game. So in the game, there's vocalized singing, and they've done it so in battles during certain parts, the singing kicks in to on how mad the fight's going, right? So if you enter like a fuse part, but I'm gonna play a little trailer for you guys that are on. I know Twisty might not be able to see, but for anyone that's watching, I'll play a little trailer. This is the 2023, and then I'll put a trailer for the game coming up this year. I will be talking over it. There's gonna be no sound. But essentially, creature collecting game like Pokemon. You catch creatures, they can evolve, right? However, you can fuse these creatures during special moments. But it's essentially an open world creature collecting game. Think graphics wise, black and white, essentially a little bit. The creature designs are really fucking unique as well. Again, the music's cool. The gimmick of recording beasts onto a cassette tape is so fucking sick. And the shiny system in this game is the best shiny system in any creature collecting game I've ever played, right? In Pokemon, if you find a shiny Pikachu, it's just a shiny Pikachu. It's a bit more orange. In this game, you can find a shiny for every single type in the game. So if you, let's say there's a crab that you find in Route 1, that crab has like 16 different shinies for each type in the game, and it will be the colour of that type. So you can shiny hunt in it as well. I think it's called bootleg in this game. I played through this game, completed it in 3 days, and I played through it again doing a shiny only run, completed that run as well. I cannot recommend this game enough. The premise of the
Where are
story...
you, Johnstone?
Hey, maybe. But the premise of the story
Oh,
is...
to the boy.
The premise of the story is you wake up on an island, you don't know why you're there, nobody really knows why they're there, and no one's ever been able to leave, and the whole premise of the game is trying to find out why you're on the island and how you can escape the island, and that's essentially... It's fucking good. What happens if you fuse a shiny with a non-shiny? I think the shiny colour takes precedent. There's like I think there's like thousands of different shinies you can get. I'll also get the trailer for the 2002 edition that's coming this year, just to show you guys the difference of the game. But listen, this game's what? When it's on sale, you can get it for like $4, $5, man. I don't think you're getting much better value, obviously, unless it's free, of course. I don't think you're getting better value than this. I really enjoyed it. That's my recommendation to anyone on this podcast. Your homework for this year is Cassette Beasts, all right? Try it for an hour, and if after an hour you don't like it, cool, because within the first 15 minutes you get to hear one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. So that's my recommendation, Cassette Beasts. And if you like it, the sequel's coming out this year, period 4. So yeah, definitely.
If you want to hear great soundtracks, you want to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Xenoblade does have also great soundtrack. But I also want to support small developers too, because a developer that made a game like this and You know,
Yeah, that's fair.
I want them to succeed. Obviously, Xenoblade isn't as big as something like Pokemon, but they're still definitely bigger than these guys. But yeah, man, ignore the PlayStation thing at the end. But yeah, man, Cassette Beast, that's my personal, I don't know anyone else in the chat. That's what I would recommend to you, okay? The battles are fun as well. It's turn-based battles. There's like 14, 15 different types, matchups and all of that. And it's all double battles as well. So if you like double battles, if you like Pokemon competitive play, you might like the battle system in this. It's all double battles. So yeah, man, that's my recommendation, folks. I don't know if you'll try it out. Hopefully, someone will, and someone will be like, "Yo, what do you mean? Pokemon is a small third-party developer." Yeah, my bad. And I thought I'd just throw that up. Game Freak's most recent game released yesterday or today.
Beast of Reincarnation.
Beast of Reincarnation, and the reviews are interesting. It's getting
Buggy mess.
yeah, buggy mess essentially. Frame rates shit. Apparently they churned it out, not in a great state. So I might.
What?
It's on Game Pass. So I might just download it for a laugh and play it and just see what it's like. But yeah.
Game
So
Freak get released as a buggy mess. Color me shocked.
so Twisty recommends Xenoblade. I recommend Cassette Beast, Napster.
So, seeing as we're on a turn-based trip here, I have a budget and a regular option for everybody. So, anyone who has NSO, I highly recommend Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones on the GBA.
Oh, when you said
It is-
NSO, I thought you said ESO. Sorry, I got really confused.
No, NSO, Nintendo Switch Online.
Okay.
It is in the GBA collection for Switch Online. So if you're already paying for Switch Online, you've got access to it. It is a really fun game. It is my favorite of the Fire Emblem games. Otherwise, the other one that I would recommend is XCOM Enemy Unknown.
So may I ask a question? Sorry.
Yes.
Is it the Nintendo Switch Online expanded version or just the normal one?
That's a good question.
I think GBA is in the normal one. I think it's just Nintendo 64 and GameCube that's in the expanded on. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so. I think you are right. I think it would be free. Okay, sorry.
I'm double checking right now.
Actually, a good idea. My budget version is HSR. My high quality version, so to speak, is Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Which, in fairness, my not budget version, XCOM Enemy Unknown, is almost always in a Steam sale or Humble Bundle sale. So, like, most of the time you can find it for $2 or $3. It's just $20 normally. But it is another
Isn't the
turn-based
game like 12 years old at this point?
Oh, it is very old, but it is still a banger. I mean, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones is also 21 years old, so...
Okay. So Fire Emblem for the GBA, and what was the other one? Sorry, Nat.
XCOM Enemy Unknown. It is what happens when you cross Fire Emblem and Gears of War.
Oh wow. Okay.
To clarify, there are multiple Fire Emblem games on the Game Boy Advance. The one Napsta is specifically talking about is the Sacred Stones.
Yes.
I can vouch for that game. I have played it and beat it. It is fantastic. While I have not played and beat Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the funny thing, so I was watching somebody stream that game start to finish, and as recently as last night, he finished the final. He beat the final boss of the DLC. So, I would
Also,
love
to
to play that game
clarify,
for myself once I
person was
have played the
100%
previous
right.
two ones.
Wait, sorry, I zoned out because of Gato. What was the boss?
I saw someone defeat the final boss of the DLC last night.
Of which DLC?
Xenoblade 3's Future Redeemed.
Okay. I'm in the know. I'm in the picture now.
Yeah. And I do have an old reliable to pull up for my game recommendation. It's about the same age as XCOM. But you've heard me shell this one before. I know Napsta's played it. Flob, or MFG rather, you might have played it. Twisty, I don't think you have. This game is called Rune Factory 4 Special.
Ah, yeah, bye. Yeah, baby.
So it is very similar in concept to Stardew Valley, but it predates it. And it is part simulation where you farm and you build relationships with people in the town.
Also,
And it is also
just wanted
part
sorry, Pyro. Just wanted to
JRPG.
say, for anyone who's not currently watching the stream, there is a cat on the camera. So in case anyone's not got the tab open, you might want to.
Gato!
The first time Kirby's not been on the camera, man, for months. So there you go. Kirby's alive and well. Sorry, carry on, Pyro. My bad.
It for me, but the mix of dungeon crawling, going through the story, fighting monsters, saving the world, excuse me, mixed with the crafting and farming systems where you're actually making the items that you use to do all these amazing things, and then you get more items, and then you upgrade your stuff. It's also got oodles of content. To 100% this game will take you like 150 hours.
Did you mention creature
Kirby
collecting as
is
well?
just being wonderful.
Did you mention creature collecting with Pyro Rune Factory?
Yes, you can tame monsters and you can train them up to be even more badass than you are.
Yeah. I've not played a lot of Rune Factory 4. I've played like Guardians of Azamash. I've completed that twice. Love that game. But I've played a bit of 4. Rune Factory 4 is great. Very fucking good game. And it's cheap as well. You can buy it cheap, I believe.
Yeah, I believe. So the one you'll want to play is Rune Factory 4 Special, because it's got all the extra content, bells and whistles and such. And I think full price it's like $30 US. Maybe 40. But it's not hard to find. It's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, Switch, Steam. Kirby is just being the star of the show right now.
You okay there, bud? You okay? Oh, go on then. Come on there. Yeah, sorry. He just jumped onto my hand. I'm like, okay.
I understand. When the cat wants your attention, you turn your focus to him.
Yeah, man. No, I think Rune Factory. Great suggestion. Again, I've played it. I've not played all the way through 4, so maybe as my homework this year, I could put some hours into 4. But for me, so obviously Napsta's the GBA, and XCOM. You said Nap, right?
Correct.
Yes.
XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Okay. So we have Star Rail, Xenoblade, Twisty's sort of like 2. I only said 1. I said Cassette Beasts. Nexomon's also a good shout. Not as good as Cassette Beast though, but I would say Nexomon's a great game too. Other games like that. But yeah, that's great. Okay, so is that all of our suggestions?
I think that's sufficient homework.
Is your mic picking up Kirby on your desk? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, so, and folks, if there's anyone in chat, I know Sophie would probably say Moonlight Peaks. Obviously, we've had Final Fantasy 14 from Twin, some others. Yeah, definitely. Some great game suggestions. And I don't know, listen, I will be trying out Star Rail. I will also be trying out the GBA game on the Switch. I don't know if you need expanded though. I don't know, because I don't think I've got expanded, so that might prove difficult.
Twin says the GBA needs the expansion for Switch Online.
I reckon if you Google I reckon if you go on Google.com and look for a ROM, I mean, it's not like I'm paying for it on Nintendo Online anyway. I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying you could. a Nintendo liar literally said emulation's not legal, right? As long as I buy a copy, there's nothing wrong with that Nintendo, right? Don't fucking... Well, folks, I think that's been a fucking... Anyone else got anything they want to add to this first episode? Before Sophie thinks I've took over the house.
Well, she did recommend Pal World as a game to play, so sorry,
See,
Twisty.
I would mention Power World, but like everyone in the world's already playing it, and the only people that are not are just people who don't like AI, despite one of their favorite games using AI design. So you know, no, I'm joking. Yeah, it's all of. No, but so many people are playing Power World. I don't really need to recommend it. You know what I'm saying? Man's.
And he's gone.
Listen, Twisty knows we love him. Twisty knows we love him. Twins absolutely had him with that, by the way. Twins absolutely had him with that. Napster, is there anything else, my brother, that you want to throw up before we wrap up?
Fuck the digital only push. Get physical when it is valid for you and for games that you actually want to support long term.
Absolutely. Twisty, anything you want to add, my brother, before we wrap up? I think he's muted. Are you muted? You might be muted.
Yeah, it's not picking your voice up.
Oh god, Twisty got laryngitis.
Does you know the AI's coming for him, bro? Yeah. Oh,
Well, he can hear us.
He can hear us, definitely. Man, he's trying to currently find my personality. He's. Oh, karma for the Power World slander.
Hi, Twisty.
Oh no, Twisty's left. Wait, he might jump back. He might come back because the camera. Oh, there we go. Wait, is he back? Oh Christ.
Well, the green rectangle around his icon is lighting up.
Potentially he'll be back. I don't know. Potentially.
Instead, we have double potato. The horrors.
We got Twisty back. We got him back. I had to pause the recording while we waited. But Twisty, anything you want to add before we wrap up, dear sir?
Yeah, I hate you. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it's a good restart, and I just enjoy us talking again.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Pyro, anything you want to throw up, bro, before we wrap up?
No, just I'm glad to be here for this potty, and I would love it if I could actually, be here with you and Twisty and Napsta and Onesie again.
Yeah, man. I can try and make it work. I don't know how 5 cameras is gonna. I'm sure the good thing is I think my PC can handle it. I'm not worried about my PC handling it. I think we've not had a single fucking problem in terms of stream quality. No one's complained about frames. We've had 2 streams running the whole time, Twitch and YouTube. Everything seems wonderful on that regard. So yeah, man, we should be able to make it work. I might have to make an overlay for 5 though. It's that, or we just lose the chat box. I don't know. I can try and make it work though. I can definitely try and make it work. Or another thing we can do is 5 cameras. Well, 5. Actually, no, because we could probably just move your avatar and just put Onesie's camera there, and you just can continuously speak, right?
Unless I have a webcam the next time we do this.
I'd like you to have a webcam. That'd be fucking incredible. That'd be dope. But Pyro, obviously, you are officially one of the podcast hosts. I would love to have you back on. So it's not a thing from me, my friend. It's entirely up to you. When and if you can make it, you're more than welcome to come on. I'm not gonna let anyone feel like they can't come on because there's no space. I will always try to make space for everyone. And I just want to say it's been fucking incredible speaking to Twisty again, to Napsta, to Pyro. It's going to be a lot of fun having Onesie back on next week. Onesie said he'll be back on next week. The part-timer, we'll see. And again, man, if anyone does want to come on, does want to feature, there's always going to be time and whatnot. Napsta, did I ask you, is there anything you threw up? Because I think it was between you and Pyro. I forgot. I'm sorry if I didn't. My bad.
For what? Sorry.
Did I ask you if there was anything you wanted to throw up before we wrapped up? I don't know if I did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I already did my piece.
No, that's fine. As long as I asked you, I felt bad otherwise. And yeah, man, I don't know about all you guys. I had a lot of fun. Chat, let me know. Have you missed the podcast? Do you want to see episode 2? It is going up on YouTube, though. All of this is going on the MFG channel. Let's see how my internet provides with a 3.5-hour clip. Future weeks won't be this long. It's just we are covering months worth of information right now, whereas on a weekly basis we're just covering that week essentially. So don't worry, it will be shorter. But thank you for all of you, like Twin, Sophie, Elias, who was in here for, I think, for the earlier section, Wayne as well, OTC, C-Dubs, couple of people, Alex Beer at the start. Quite a few people showed up today, and we appreciate all of you. Thank you, man. And again, Twisty, you got the intro next week, so Napsta, I'm going to let you do the outro, good sir.
All right. Thank you for hanging out with us on Control Alt Banter with MFG, Twisty, Napsta, and Pyro for the relaunch of the relaunch of the relaunch of a podcast with us. Less Pokemon, more gaming, more chatting shit, getting banged. Let's do this shit. Y'all have a good week.
Getting banned? Getting banged, I wish.
Yeah,
yes and yes.
Me too. Peace out.
Back in the room, back with a story and a little more room. The boys are back, hear the welcome track. We'll find a return